Test, test. One, two, mic check. All that good stuff. Hello, everybody. How you lovelies doing tonight? Once again, one and all, I am so excited to be here with all you beautiful peeps for what is to be our last session of 2021 for the PokePod World Podcast. Good God, my voice just croaked. Anywho, greetings everybody. My name is KG Prestige, and I welcome you all back to another session here where me and my pals are going to gather around to go and talk about things that have gone down within the past week, celebrate what's going to be coming soon, and celebrate what has already concluded, which is, of course, this year. And I'm very much excited to see how 2022 is actually going to shape up. Now, I did a pause there because I'm actually referring to the number 2020 and then the number two implying a sequel. So, yeah. Oh man, I'm excited for whatever shenanigans we're gonna find ourselves into for tonight, ladies and gents, and I'm very much excited to see where things are going to go for this year. Now, I do want to give a little bit of a heads up. For some reason, like I sound a little bit weird. Honestly, I don't know what the hell I caught. I'm shivering. I'm freezing. My voice is croaky. Whatever, all those things in between. But I'll do my best, chat, to fight through it. And hopefully we will be able to get through this session perfectly A-okay. So, everybody in the chat, hope you guys have had a fun time thus far. This year with the PokePod, with everything else that we've been doing lately. And cannot wait to see the shenanigans we will find ourselves in for 2022 and beyond. So, yeah, that's all I can say. Hello to chat. Hopefully, you guys are doing better. Have you done any runs at the Dragalia Kaleidoscope, KG? Yes, I have. I intend to actually talk a little bit about it today as well, given that that is the newest feature that had just dropped for Dragalia Lost. I only thought it would be appropriate to go and discuss it for a bit before we go anywhere further for tonight's. So many people have been getting sick, including me. Luckily, I feel like it's just a common cold for me. It just sucks that it just happens to happen like at the time everybody's like catching it, you know? So it is a sad thing to see happen, unfortunately, but it do be the reality we find ourselves in. And I hope everybody, once again, as I stated before, just be safe, be healthy. Normally TSS would usually say it at the end, but wash your goddamn hands, please.
You're damn right.
Hell yeah, buddy. How you doing?
All right.
I'm glad to hear, buddy. Welcome. And everybody in the
Welcome,
chat,
welcome, welcome,
please
welcome.
say hello to our buddy TSS back at it again with a killer opening. Oh man, but I'm glad to see you here, TSS. Welcome to the
Yeah.
final session for the
Yay.
year. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Time flew by really fast, didn't it?
Yeah, much better than last year, that's for sure, because that was a pain in the ass.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, just was drinking.
well, I'm gonna have to hydrate myself here. So,
Yes, chat, remember, and also remind us too, remember to stay hydrated, chat. Alright, so without any more shenanigans and daddles and whatever things we do at the intro, let's just jump right into it. We got a lot to discuss and
mhm.
a lot to also kind of put to a wrap as well. Because I noticed even on Twitter things were going crazy for the anti-poke scene because of implications, or maybe it's just a joke. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to address it when we get to it, of course. I think you might be knowing what I'm referring to, especially because you responded to it in the
Yes.
Discord chat. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
So
we'll get to
definitely,
that
yeah.
at a later point. But for now, let's talk about some of
Yeah.
the things that have gone down within this past week. Something that
Uh,
really caught my interest, and I thought I'd bring it up for you anyway, just because this
yeah.
shit made me laugh my ass off the time I
Hmm.
saw it. Apparently, there's some kind of thing going on right now about some Winter Cup in Japan or something like that. Do you know
Oh,
anything about this?
yes. It's the okay. Are we talking about the top 100 game program, or are we talking about something else?
Top 100 game program, and I believe there was another game as well that I want to bring up too. And it involves cup
Okay.
noodles. I think you might know where I'm going with this one. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
I'll show it on stream as well. You know what? Actually, yeah, I'll show it on stream, and then you'll probably see what I mean when I get to it.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is just blowing up on Twitter, and I just thought it'd be fun to share it. I love
Okay.
how this man is mopping the floor with probably one of the greatest designs I think I've ever seen of all time. Why is it looking so good, bro? I love it. It's literally
Mm,
just a mop in the cup noodle format. It's just
yeah.
mwah, beautiful. Okay,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
aside from that, though, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and I hope you, TSS, know a little bit more about this one, uh, because this was discussed today, especially because Joe Merrick also brought it up on his Twitter account
Yes.
too. The
Yeah.
one thing I want to talk about with you is in regards to to the top 100, I believe is what it's called, right?
Yeah. The top
Uh,
100. They polled 50,000 people in Japan, and
mm-hmm.
they have the top 100 games.
Indeed. So we actually got to see a couple of names from there, in particular, both old and new, actually being presented in this, and some older than you really think, because I even see here, for example, Mother, which I think was like a NES game, is included within the top
Yeah.
100 here. Other
Yeah.
titles that maybe people might enjoy, such as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 actually making it to the 35th place in this list. I actually don't have the full translations for this, so I can't exactly pick
Well,
out which one it is.
yeah. If you give it to me, like I said, I know where the tweet is, but I forgot where the hell the tweet is.
Yeah, I'll send you the tweet right now in general, and then you'll work
Okay.
from there. Hopefully, see if you
Yes.
can by any chance spot any. The ones I want to talk about is in regards to the Pokemon franchise, of course, because there are a couple of titles that are in this as
Yes.
well from the Pokemon series.
Yeah.
You'll be
So
shocked.
if we want to go through the top 10, it's Zelda no Densetsu Breath of the Wild. So that's Breath of the
Rest of
Wild.
the Wild.
So yeah, so Breath
Hey,
of the
Taro.
Wild. Then we have Dragon Quest V, Final Fantasy VII, Atsumare Dobutsu no Mori, the
The
newest
Zenkai.
Animal Crossing game, the one for the Switch.
Hmm.
Then we have Splatoon 2, Dragon Quest 3, Dairanto Smash Brothers Special, which is
Miss Smash
Smash
Ultimate.
Brothers Ultimate, Smash Ultimate. Then we have
Smash.
that's at 7. Chrono Trigger is at 8. 9 is Final Fantasy 10, and 10 is Super Mario Brothers 3.
What the hell's happening? Hold up. What is
Okay,
this?
so to clarify, just to get Tyron up to speed, in Japan, apparently there was a poll where you said 50,000 people were selected,
Yeah,
and in that poll, it was just simply titling the top 100 games that people enjoy, and this is the result that we got, which TSS already gave you the input
yeah,
for top 10 here.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
Top
I
10, then we
heard
go to the
Final
20.
Fantasy X. Good job.
that's
Okay,
in ninth place.
11th to 20th we have Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the
Not
Okay.
original one.
Shining Pearl and
Just
Brilliant
regular
Diamond.
ass
Right,
Diamond and
Yeah.
Pearl.
regular, yeah. 12 is Super Mario Kart. 13 is Undertale. 14 is Sword and Shield. 15 is Dragon Quest 4. 16 is Kingdom Hearts 2. 17 is Zelda Ocarina of Time. 18 is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. 19, I forget that fucking name, but it's like some. I know it's like Mabaroshi something 2. I don't know what the fuck it is. 20 is Minecraft. Then we have Splatoon 1 is 20. Let me see, do we have the extra ones? Yeah, so okay. So yeah, Splatoon 1 is 21. Then we have Tobidase Dobutsu no Mori. I don't know, maybe that's maybe New Leaf, because the thing is though, the um the Animal Crossing games in Japan have weird names, so I don't know which one it is.
Yeah,
Tobidase.
they always have different titles compared to the ones we had here in the
Uh,
U.S. in
And then,
localization.
then we have then there's Fire Emblem, but I don't know which one that is. It's like wind. It says like wind and snow or some shit. It's like I don't know. It's not. I don't know if it's Three Houses, but whatever. Then 24th place we have Red and Green. Then 25th is Tetris. 26th is Black and White. 27 is Dragon Quest
Whoa,
11
whoa. Why is Pokemon Black and White so fucking low?
because remember this is from 50,000 Japanese people.
Well, the 50,000 Japanese people can be wrong. I'm sorry.
I don't know,
No,
man.
no,
Making
well,
it to the top 30
no.
is still pretty big.
Well,
I just want to
Well-
point out that Diamond and Pearl is ranked higher than that, and obviously that's a mistake.
No, but the people like it better.
I
Dragon
wonder if it
Quest-
has anything to do with
Dragon Quest
refreshing.
11 is 27th. Then Mother 2 is 28th.
Nice.
Okami is 29. Apex Legends is 30.
No,
Apex.
wait, hold up. John Game said anyone have different taste. But all these people unanimously picked Pokemon Black and White this low. That means all these people don't even have different taste. They just have wrong taste.
No,
I think it's just the number of votes.
It's just number of votes.
Yeah.
31 is let me see. It's weird because this says like Tactics Ogre.
I think
Or
that
whatever
actually
the
is a
fuck-
legitimate game.
Oh,
yeah.
it's Shrek, the tactical RPG.
Olga. So then we have 32 is Biohazard or Resident Evil. 33 is Final Fantasy 6. 34 is Final Fantasy 5. Let's see. Xenoblade 2 is 35th.
Yeah.
Gold and Silver are at 36. Final Fantasy 9 is at 37. Puyo Puyo 38. Dark Souls 3 is at 39. Xenogears is at 40. 41 is Momotaro Dentetsu, which is that Momotaro game that's with the trains. I don't know which version it is. It might be the one for the Switch. I don't know. 42 is Persona 5. 43 is Xenoblade
It
1.
was Persona 5. What the fuck? What is wrong with these people?
Yes. So Persona 5, 42. Xenoblade 1 is 43. Dragon Quest 10 is at 44. Hoshino Kabi
I'm
Wii.
almost 900% certain these weren't voted. I think somebody threw a dart on a dartboard and was like, "That's it.
No,
That's
because
the Pokemon
because it gets worse. So we have the Wii Kirby game at 45. Dragon Quest 2 is 46. Final Fantasy 14 is at 47. Nier Armada is at 48. Kingdom Hearts 1 is 49. Ruby and Sapphire is at 50. Final Fantasy 4 is 51. The original Zelda is for the NES is at 52. Let's see. This one is Tales of the Abyss is 53. Dragon Quest 8 is at 54. Yokai Watch 2, all three versions, 55.
Oh, nay, look, Yokai.
Damn.
Super Mario Galaxy 1 is at 56. Super Donkey Kong or Donkey Kong Country 1 is at 57. Dobutsu no Mori, the original Animal Crossing, is at 58. Dead by Daylight 59. Black 2 and White 2 are 60. This one, I think it says Nintendo All-Stars, Daidanto Smash Brothers. I think that's Melee. That's 61. Let's see. Zebius. What the
Yeah,
fuck
these
is
are so
What-
random.
what the hell?
Xevious, maybe?
Xevious. Yeah, Xevious. So Xevious is 62.
Oh, Xevious is that shooter game.
Yeah, the shooter game from the early 80s.
Yeah, that shit was
All right.
super popular back then, I recall.
Yes,
Apparently
including in
not
Japan.
to rank lower than the other fucking games.
Yeah, but that's actually one of the oldest games on here, and actually having it that high is pretty good.
Yeah, especially
Final
compared to other
Fantasy-
games.
Final Fantasy 3 is 63. Heart Gold Soul Silver 64.
Our Gold Soul Silver 64.
Yeah,
Yes.
but gold
What
and
the
silver.
fuck is going on?
But gold and silver is in 36, so remember that.
Our Gold Soul Silver is unanimously, and even me who likes the originals before the remakes, has been unanimously decided to be better than the original game it comes from. How the fuck did it end up this far low?
Japan. Mamoru
Yeah,
Shi-
I'm not,
Mamoru Shi-
no. I'm not gonna sit here and have that be the excuse anymore.
Japan.
Okay, the 50,000 people voted. There you
The
go.
50,000 Japanese
It'd be like
people.
me saying murder's legal. How? Japan? Like the fuck?
You've been looking
Yeah,
at
but
Twitter
the
too
thing
much.
is though, a poll doesn't kill people.
It kills my hopes and
hit
dreams.
somebody,
Excuse
you hit
me,
somebody with a
you haven't looked at the Japanese poll for the most popular games then recently. Cause this shit's killing me.
Well, it's gonna get worse. So Ghost of Tsushima is at 66, Bloodborne 67, X and Y is 68, Super
Damn,
Mario
that's too
RPG
high.
69, Lamau, Monster Hunter World is 70, 71 is Dr. Mario,
Oh,
72
hold on.
is let me see, Kirby Superstar, 73 is let me see, what was it?
Is that Gran Turismo?
Gran Turismo 4. Yeah, so Gran Turismo 4 made the fucking list. And
Okay.
then, yeah, so 74 is Daidanto Smash Brothers X. That's Brawl. So Brawl is at 74.
How is Brawl even on this list?
Where's Melee?
The Melee, I told you what Melee
No,
was.
Melee was up.
No.
before.
I don't think that was because I think Melee has DX at the end of it.
Oh,
But
so that's DX. So that means that was the original one.
yeah,
That was the original Smash Brothers at 61.
Oh, okay.
All right, so there's no, yeah, so DX
So Melee's not here yet.
Melee's not here, yeah. Oideo Dobutsu no Mori. I don't know which version that is. I don't know if that's the.
wait, what number are you talking about here?
That was 75. Oideo Dobutsu no Mori. I don't know which one that
I think
is.
that's Wild Word.
You know what? And I want to clarify something. I'm not mad at the games that are on the list. I'm mad at the order that they're on the list. There's games here that are clearly better than other games that need to be rearranged. It almost just feels like this list is in wrong order. That's what the problem is.
No,
I
because
didn't have a problem with the fact that the games are here. I just have a problem with the order.
Yo,
Yeah,
you'll
whatever.
love the list even further then, buddy.
Yeah. Kirby's Air Ride is at 676. Mario Kart Wii is 77. Let's see. That's Shincho no Yo. Let's see. No Yo. Let's see. No Yabo. I don't know what. I think that's another Yabo game, but I don't know which one that is. 79 is Metal Gear Solid. 80 is Majora's Mask. 81 is Dragon Quest Builders 2. 82 is Legend of Mana, or Seiken Densetsu. Dragon Quest 7 is at 83. Final Fantasy 11 is at 84. Dragon Quest 6 is at 85. Monster Hunter
Dragon Quest.
1 is at 86, yeah. Monster Hunter, let me see. Monster Hunter Double Cross.
Oh, I think that's Generations.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it was
then-
compatible with 3DS and the Wii, I think it was.
Yeah.
88 is Skyward Sword. 89 is Super Mario Galaxy 2. 90 is Final Fantasy 8. 91 is Street Fighter 2. 90. Yeah. Monster
You know
Hunter.
what? I'm actually glad Final Fantasy VIII's even on the list. Good.
Monster Hunter 4G is 92. Persona 5 Royal is 93.
What the fuck?
Fire.
What the fuck? Why?
Fire Emblem. What is that? Let's see. Bosen no Keigo. I don't know what that is. Whatever.
Oh, wait, hold
That's
on a
94.
second. Let's see if I could find that one. Because I think I know which one that one is. It's probably the one that... Yeah, it's the one with Marth in it, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's
9
the first.
Wait,
Yeah.
is this a list of the all-time games that have been
Well,
voted?
70. It's based off of 50,000 people polled.
50,000 inaccurate people.
95 is Mother 1. 96 is Sangokushi, which is the the Sangokushi game, with freaking
50,000 people who I'm very certain have never played video games until this
90
year.
97 is Super Mario World. 98 is Persona 4.
Oh, yay, Persona 4.
Platinum is at 99 and Persona 3 is at 100.
Whoa. Hold up. Platinum, the game that's universally better than Diamond and Pearl, the one that everybody said was the better version of Diamond and Pearl,
99.
is worse than the Diamond and Pearl.
It's
Yeah.
like a 88 difference.
I'm going with my dartboard theory. This got dartboard theory all over it.
I guess
I think
for
what that
outsiders-
happened is that they took each dart and put a number on it and threw it at one of the games, and that's how they ended up making this list.
Yeah,
There's
we only got
way in
99 votes, and we actually need 100. Like, what
There's
do we
no
do for the
way
100?
in fuck that these games are in the right order. Somebody probably jumbled the order up and went, shit, I gotta get this to the boss by 5 o'clock. And then they just fucking gave him the list, and they were like, you sure this is the list? Pokemon Platinum's at 99. And he's like, look, it's 5. I'm getting real tired. Just put them on the desk.
No,
and then here's what we got.
Popularity is a
no,
fickle
because they would work to 5 a.m.
That's what I said.
Damn.
Look, it's 5 a.m. I'm tired. Let's go ahead and just finish this up. Because there's no way in fuck this list is accurate.
or probably popularity is just a fickle thing.
Yeah.
Fickle my ass.
They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
No.
No. It's
Fickle
just
my
how
ass. This is
I'm happy.
40,000 people.
I'm actually happy that freaking Yokai Watch 2 is on the list because that's a really good game.
I remember
glad
playing
Final
it a bit.
Fantasy VIII
It
is
was
on the
really
list.
fun.
I'm glad Final Fantasy VIII's on the list. A lot of people don't like that game, so I'm actually glad it's on there.
Probably because of the re-release in Switch. Probably
And
helped.
apparently, according to this list, is better than Pokemon Platinum.
Hey,
number one is
that-
number one is Breath of the Wild. So
Breath of the Wild. Oh, you know what? That's not that bad, actually.
Just to remind people, number 1 was Breath of the Wild, 2 was Dragon Quest V, 3 was Final Fantasy VII, 4 was New Horizons.
Whoa! Hold up! Out of all the Dragon Quest, V's the one that made it to the number 2 spot.
Mhm.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Number 5 is Splatoon 2, number 6 is Dragon Quest 3, 7 is Smash Ultimate, 8 is Chrono Trigger, 9 is Final Fantasy X, and I think 10th was Super Mario Bros. 3.
You know
Yeah.
what? Final Fantasy X being this high on the list, that's good. I actually like 10. I think Final Fantasy X should have been higher, but
I actually
okay.
love Super Mario 3. It's like one of my favorite Mario games.
Super Mario Brothers
It always
3!
I'm kind of sad that Super Mario World's like at 99 plays. That was
Oh,
like
no, Super Mario World is better than Super Mario 3.
yeah, no, it's at 99 or something. It's like pretty low, really low on that list.
I don't know, man. Super Mario Bros. 3
Literally on every score list, it scores higher than Super Mario 3.
But that's only... Well, actually, yeah, that's because Super Nintendo. But personally, I do believe Super Mario Bros. 3 is better in my book. At least in terms of, like, the variety you got.
Super Mario World.
Right. I always love it. They all
better.
do different worlds, and then it's like, and then the
You
cute
get
little
to shuffle through your power up so you're not stuck with the one. You get to fucking do the thing where Mario, like, his cape is way a better of a flying tool than the raccoon is.
I like a raccoon.
Yeah, but the cape is way better. And the cape has a screen nuke.
Oh,
Oh,
you ever
does
watch
it?
Incredibles where the
Yeah,
cape
if
gets
you
caught
dive
up?
Mario,
It's like,
if you
no.
dive Mario straight down with the cape, he'll land and then it shakes the ground and all the enemies will die.
Ha.
I think Edna from the Incredibles.
Hey, gee, I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I didn't. At least
Probably-
maybe I don't remember it off the top of my head right now.
There's very little times you have to use it. That's probably why.
Yeah. All I just remember was breaking the game back then. A lot of fun, though.
It was fun to break the game.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there you go. That's the top 100. Honestly, I like the selection. I do agree, though, that there are certain games.
I like the selection. I hate the order.
Yeah, that's it. That's the best way to
The
describe
order
it.
sucks.
Now, let's move on into the next thing. Why don't we then? Unless you guys have anything else you want to add about the top 100 here.
at least Persona 3 made the list.
I'm happy Persona 4 made the list.
I'm
Hashtag
mad
Fox
Persona
best-
5 Royal is so low on the list.
Hey, listen, at least Persona 5 is
Morgana.
higher on the list.
Morgana.
No, wait, doesn't Persona 5 Royal fix Morgana's issues from 5?
A little bit of them, but not all of them.
Oh, yeah.
But
Also,
it
I-
should have been enough to have made it higher on the list, bro.
Oh, I was actually saying, hey guys.
Oh,
Really
yeah,
true.
that's
You guys were
true.
in the middle of everything. You guys were in the middle of everything, and I didn't want. And I was just like, it's gonna be weird to interrupt. TS us talking about. So I'm just like, I'll just wait.
Nah, but hello, buddy. Welcome aboard. And yeah, should have known it was Morgana. We're just assuming at that point. That's just how it is. All right, so let's get into it then. Why don't we? Into the next list. Now, obviously, how many of you guys know the term horny on main? Just out of curiosity. How many of you guys know about that? Everybody should know about it, especially
Everybody
if you use
knows.
Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So the big
I
discussion.
mean, is it possible to be horny on main?
It's always possible to be horny on main. It just simply is. It's just tradition.
Who's being horny in general chat?
How do I ban
Holiday.
them? Now, allow me to explain why I brought that up. So, as podcast peeps here, we obviously like to talk about discussions that are happening within the week. And only bringing this artwork up just because it is appropriate to the theming of what we're going to be discussing, because today's horny member of the week happens to be Street Fighter. Now, people
Wait,
might...
what?
Yes, so Street Fighter, the official account, the JA account, so Japan's official Twitter account, they had a very interesting image that they posted for Christmas time. So I will gladly show it to you guys here on screen. Just to give you guys a heads up, this is official news, given that this was being talked about by everybody. So it only feels appropriate that we here in the podcast also talk about it too. I guess. So here we go, chat. You could take a look for it yourself if you like to.
Oh, no.
Just thought I'd share that official Capcom logo right there.
Gee, can you stop? Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, G.
Yes.
Stop, Max.
Send a JPEG. That's a JPEG, right? Send a JPEG onto the.
Here, I'll send you the high quality version. It'll be on meme posts.
Make sure it's in 4K. Then send the picture.
Oh my god.
All right.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure it's every boy's
Wait,
dream right
Donnie,
here.
what the hell was that clip name called?
Wait a minute, amuse tolerant curfew party time.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, Donnie, send me that clip. Send it.
So yeah, once again, we're just simply doing our jobs as, news reporters of the week. So
This is going to be a permanent segment in PokePod, right? Horny on main, what's it called?
Yeah, of course. It's
We're
obvious.
going to keep
Not to be confused with horny low main.
We're going to keep doing this? Is this how we cracking off 2022? Is this it? Because honestly, I'm down.
Yes. This is going to be the tradition for we're going to have weekly horny on mains. There you go.
All right. Yeah, all right. 2022. New year, new me, as they say. New year, new me, as they say.
All right, so let's go and move on into the next big discussion that has happened within this past week. Obviously, we went through a Christmas time event, so a lot of people have been buying games recently, left and right. New games, old games. Obviously, titles such as Mario Party Superstars, Fire Emblem, to name a few, Smash Brothers. It's really a fun, fantastic time for the Christmas holidays. And I hope everybody who has wanted their games got it during the Christmas holiday season. Personally, for me, I bought an Xbox Series S for one reason and one reason only. And that shit was for pure emulation. And I want to mention, holy shit, I wanted to rip my hair off so much, bro, with some of the shit I had to do to get that shit running. But hey, it worked in the end. And I was able to emulate some GameCube games on the Xbox Series S. And I have good news to report. Actually pretty good. It's really, really good. So very happy with that.
Duck Station.
Duck Station.
Yeah, use Duck Station.
I heard good things about that. For some reason, whenever I look into things, nobody ever talks about Duck Station. What exactly is Duck Station, out of curiosity?
PS1 emulator. It's cross-platform. There's also an Xbox series. There's also an Xbox UFW package for it. UPW rather.
That was like a mid-90s Disney show, Duck Station.
Yeah. So basically, it is a PS1 emulator that you can upscale PS1 games to 4K.
That is awesome, bro. I want to try that out with Spyro now. Spyro will be one of my favorite games.
Yeah, and also does like perspective correction. So that means that you won't have much of the jaggies anymore. So Duck Station is great. It's a great emulator, high compatibility, works on the Xbox, works on Windows, works on Linux, works on Mac.
All right, I will definitely keep an eye on that for whenever I intend to do any PlayStation emulation on my Xbox Series S. I only just started, so I haven't really gotten anywhere with it. But I also did get a chance to try out Gran Turismo 5. No, I'm sorry, not Gran Turismo 5. Forza Horizon 5. I apologize.
Ooh.
And I gotta say, man, journeying through Mexico like that was just beauty to see. The fun fact about my mother was that she was also playing it too, and she knew a lot of the areas names and all that, so she actually kind of got to see Mexico in the modern hardware like that, and she was just flabbergasted with the pure power of even an Xbox Series S to an extent as well. To see games run like this and have this kind of sense of adrenaline through just simply racing games like that. It's a joy. It really is. So I hope people, once again, like I stated before, had a fun time during their Christmas holiday season. So, and hope you guys got your wishes fulfilled. So now let's get into some more gaming discussions. Now, quick thingy, Genshin. I don't know how many people here still play Genshin. Did you guys uninstall? Did you still keep it up? Are you still trying to avoid it? I don't really know what you guys are doing lately with it, but there is a brand
Maniacally
new.
in my desktop.
Yeah, for some reason it's taking up a lot of space in my computer. But the point is, I'm bringing this up is because Genshin is actually going to be having a new update really soon that's going to be incorporating a couple of new characters into the mix, such as Shenhe, I think that's her name, and just a bunch of other characters as well. Plus this cool new thing that they're going to be doing. I believe you're going to get up to a free tenfold if you sign in for the new year as well. So if you guys are looking to at least get a summon of some sort, well, you might want to sign up for that. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how Genshin's newest update is going to turn out. Not really much on that aspect aside from just really new update coming out. So, but I just thought I'd bring it up for mention. Now, next thing I want to talk about. I never really get a chance to talk about it as much. You'd think I would, but not really. Let's take a second to talk about Dragalia Lost. Dragalia Lost had gotten probably, in my opinion, one of the best updates that they've ever dropped for the game. And the reason why I say that is because they incorporated a gameplay mechanic that I never thought I would ever say. So, how would you guys like it if you were to mix the combat style of Dragalia Lost with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon?
You bullshit.
So, allow me to introduce everybody to a brand new event.
I told him he was bullshit.
A brand new event that they incorporated into Dragalia Lost titled, and I'll read it right now, Enter the Kaleidoscope. So, exactly what is Enter the Kaleidoscope? This is a brand new single player experience. That means no online, no allies to work with. It's just simply you yourself having to challenge yourself through various labyrinths up to 50 floors as you try to make your way to the very end of the cave, so that way you can acquire all the goodies that you have successfully obtained throughout your various floor journeys. Here's the crazy part though. Just like in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, when you start off in the Kaleidoscope, you start with nothing. You start back at level 1 with no weapons, no worm prints, no dragons. You are back to square one, and you and your dragon homie here that's on screen are going to be the only companions throughout that entire 50 floor journey that you're going to be going through. As you level up, you will also get a chance to obtain weapons that you can also use to raise up the attack stats, to raise up your health as well, obtain dragons to actually use in the fight at hand, much more things. So it really is similar to that of a style like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, because you're fighting your way to get to the very bottom, so that way you can get the main objective at the end. Of course, as you know, 50 floors, that means as you progressively go through, the levels get more difficult, the enemies get more tougher, so you have to continuously work your way there while also grinding in the background to get to the end and win. You can also cut it out. So say if you make it only to 40 floors, you can actually theoretically end it at 40, and you'll still get the goodies from that point. But if you want to really get all the rewards, you have to fight your way to 50 floors. And I want to take a second to also talk about two things. One, how long it takes. If you were to do all 50 floors, right? How long would it take a person to complete it? And I'm going to tell you right now.
Say a number that's going to piss me off.
Maybe not. But I'm going to tell you right now, it took me 2 hours and 1 minute to complete this mode with one character so far.
See? Pissed me off.
You have to complete the entire thing in that time. Of course, you can pause. but you have a limited amount of times where you can pause and save in and save out. So say if you get to level 20, right, and you want to stop there, you can pause it and you leave, but you lose a continue. So when you get back in, instead of having the 10 out of 10 continues that you normally would have, you'll now have 9 out of 10. So you're very restricted in terms of how many chances you'll get to go back in and out. And ultimately, if you do, say, die in one of the levels as well, that will also use a continue too. So you have to make sure that the time you're playing it, you balance everything out. So when will you continue playing it? When won't you stop playing it? When will you say, no, I'm just going to stop it here so I don't die and lose my progress? Like, you got to really think it all through. It really is like the original Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games where you have to fight your way to the bottom and know when to call it quits or to fight your way to the 50th floor. I did it 2 times. Only one character I beat it at 50 floors, which was Mim, my waifu girl from that game. So I was very happy to do it with her. But the other character that I also used was Cassandra. And I'm going to say right now, she was much more difficult to use because she's a staff unit or wand unit. And the game does not know how to auto adjust with that as well. So it's going to be a little difficult to see which works, which doesn't works. If you guys by any chance have any characters that have a gun, like a mana caster, it's straight up a gun, but in the game they call it a mana caster. If you have any character that uses a mana caster, you are guaranteed to do incredibly well. Because all you have to do is let your character go into rapid mode and it stuns all the little enemies in there. That means when they're stunned, they can't attack you. They're frozen in place. That is actually broken in this mode because there are a lot of little enemies, and if you can stun them, they won't be able to hit you. Therefore, you'll be able to kind of go through it with breeze if you know how to time those rapid attacks properly. So, in my opinion, this is probably one of Dragalia Lost's best new features that they incorporated into this game, and I am super happy to report that it is a fun experience throughout. It is a journey and a half to go through, but if you do accomplish it, it really is satisfying because they will offer you rewards that you can trade in for items that are end game content. That means theoretically, if you were to say start your game right now and you never played the game before and you do really well in the Kaleidoscope series or the Kaleidoscape series, you can get endgame items before you get any of the in-between items. That's just how broken this could actually be, depending on how you enter it. You can get free Dragon Stones, you can get free Omnisite, I think that's what it's called, and just many more items as well. So if you guys are into the Dragalia Lost series, give this game a shot. No, you could be in there for a long time, though. So plan accordingly, use the amount of continues you have properly, and I guarantee you will have a fun time throughout. With that being said, I've actually, during the time that we've been talking about this, I've actually been playing it in the background as well to continue working on this because I don't want it to reset by that time. So it is a really addicting mode. I will admit, I've had played Dragalia Lost on a daily basis, but it kind of has only been to simply do dailies. Nothing really new outside of that. Enter the Kaleidoscape has been that mode that has reinvigorated my enjoyment for this franchise and its story mechanics and its gameplay mechanics. So I'm very happy that they brought this here. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll give more details about it the more I play this mode, because I haven't had the opportunity to play the other secondary mode that's in the Enter the Kaleidoscape, which I think was like an excavation sort of thing, but I have to wait until 8 hours for it to fully unlock for me, or to be fully utilized for me. So that's just something I wanted to bring up. So that's all I got to say for Dragalia Lost. Once again, very, very fun mode. Give it a shot. See how far you get into it. And hey, who knows? You might enjoy it. But that's all up to you, chat. And all to you guys here in the call as well, if you are willing to give it a shot. But in my opinion, gets the seal of approval. So that's all I want to say in regards to the Dragalia Lost update. Also, New Year's event happening soon. Still very excited for that. So, which is in every game in general, not just only this one. I think Pokemon Masters just recently launched its Cynthia Cygnus Signal or Renegade, whatever outfit it's called, with Garantina. So if you guys like Cynthia's character from that, well, there you go. So that's all I got to say on that part. Now then, let's go and move on into the next thing. I don't really have anything more to say on this aspect. There is one thing I want to talk about, but we'll probably save that as we inch closer into the review for the week. So yeah, TSS, I assume you had something that you wanted to bring up.
Yes. Poco F3 review. Let's go. Been waiting a
Okay,
month
so
to
can you
fucking
send me
do
an
it.
image by any chance, just so I can put it on
Okay,
screen?
so yeah, let's go.
Uh-oh.
So here we go. All right. Let's see if I can find an image for you. Yeah, this will do. Okay, there. This will do very nicely.
So
Okay.
exactly what is this product that you wish to discuss for today?
Okay, so the Poco F3 is another Android phone. So about last month. So over the Thanksgiving holiday, I decided to make a choice of I wanted a phone device that I can use dedicated just for Android gaming purposes. So the Poco F3 has been kind of an underrated, well, not an underrated phone, but a pretty popular phone in that it's made by Xiaomi. It's just branded Poco for the global market. On paper, it has fantastic specs. It has a Snapdragon 870 5G chipset. It has either 6 or 8 gigs of RAM with 128 or 256 gigs of storage. I have the latter. And it has 48 megapixel rear camera, and then an 8 megapixel wide angle, and then a 20 megapixel front facing. It has dual stereo speakers. It has an IR blaster, and all this for a relatively good price. I got the 8 gigabyte of RAM 256 model for about $460 from Walmart because they have third-party sellers selling it from Walmart. So I'm going to give you my cons first about this device. Number one, no headphone jack. Unfortunately, with this being a flagship from Xiaomi, they took out the headphone jack. Number two, no SD card support. That was a big oof there. Number three, I don't now. MIUI is Xiaomi's version of Android on Android 11. Now the problem is MIUI 12.5. While it's decent, I mean it's more like it's copying a lot of what iOS is or the Apple stuff is. But there's a few problems with MIUI. Sometimes it can be a little unstable. There's some extra apps on there. Not too much bloatware, but there's an app scanner that scans every app that you install. And also there could be some advertisements that you have to turn off. And let's see, another con for me. No warranty in the US. So
Damn.
because basically this is a global phone, so this doesn't have. This was, as a matter of fact, my Poco F3 came with all the documentation in Spanish because this was a phone design. This was a phone. Even though it has the Western style adapter, the wall outlet in there, it is designed. This particular version was designed for the Latin American market.
I don't know
So
why my brain
Wow.
jumps to the most destructive thing possible when you say no warranty. Like, I just imagine a long line of people buying the phone, like, all right, next. Okay, thank you so much. Next. And then this guy drops his phone and it breaks and the dude goes, oh, that sucks.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Next.
because
Next.
that's what it is. Also, the phone is plastic with a glass back. So for the great specs that you get on the internals, they had to cut some corners on the outside. Also, apparently the 48 megapixel camera isn't that great. And neither is the ultra wide, but it's passable. The front camera's okay. The selfie camera is okay. Now let's go to the pros. Okay, number one, the screen is fantastic. A fantastic OLED display, 1080p wide display, but it's one of the best OLED displays that I've seen. It looks about as good as my Galaxy S10. So that actually is really good. 2, the speakers on it are phenomenal. Like when you're playing a game or when you're listening to a podcast or watching YouTube videos, it's great. HDR10 support. It has like 1,000 nits of brightness. It's very bright.
Well,
Yeah. It performs really fast. Like you could pretty much play any game. You could play Dragalia almost at at max settings. Probably high settings. You can get 60 FPS. Another one. It supports 120 hertz. So it's 120 hertz refresh rate on the LCD on the OLED display, and it does look very fluid. Also, custom ROM support. The great part about custom ROMs is that you can you can put anything like Lineage OS or Pixel Plus UI, anything that you want, or CR Droid. I'm running CR Droid here. Although a con with both of those is that you have to wait 168 hours or a week to unlock the bootloader. That's the only disadvantage on that. And in addition to that, there is a slight issue in terms of like the fact that you can't like the fact that you have community support is great, but the thing is though is that it is a bit more complex to install a custom ROM on here than a traditional phone. Like for example, my Redmi Note 9S, I don't have to worry about disabling encryption or flashing TWRP or the recovery every time I flash a ROM. This has something called Project Treble, so there's actually 2 parts of the partition that you have to flash. There's an inactive one and an active one. This way that the phone doesn't brick. But it's a bit of a pain. It was a bit of a pain for me to set up a custom ROM, but once I set up the custom ROM, it went perfectly. And also, like I said, the performance is just fantastic. The other thing is the price. Like I said, getting a Snapdragon 870 in a phone for about $450, and for a new phone, we're not talking about a used phone, is a great commodity. Just to have the ability to have a high-end flagship phone specs. This is the true flagship killer. I don't care about freaking OnePlus, because the problem is OnePlus, they went from the flagship killer to the flagship, while the Poco F3 went the Poco series, especially the F line. The Poco F3 did get some downgrades, like I said, in the build department, but it's still flagship specs for like about half the price of like a Samsung Galaxy S21. Even though the S21 has an 888. Also, considering that it does have an 870 in it, that means it's not going to fucking overheat. Because one of the biggest problems about flagships with the Snapdragon 888 is that it overheats. This one, I've been playing like tons and tons of like PS2 and Android games, and it got hot. It get a little warm, but it did not throttle. So, with that being said, considering that it plays, like I said, I told you guys about Aether SX2, it plays pretty much everything. Like, you could play pretty much everything on there. Gran Turismo 4, Automobilista, freaking Outrun 2006, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. It runs everything. It runs everything without compromise. And I think that's what the great thing about it is. It runs it without compromise. The screen is great to consume media. And once you have custom ROM support on this, and also you have a lot of people around the world that have these phones. So community support is top notch on this. So if I had to give a rating for this, I would give it a 9.5. The only thing that's running it down is, like I said, some of the build quality of the actual device, and MIUI. They did get better than MIUI 12 with 12.5, but I still don't like the fact that the They still come with like these scanning apps and stuff, and a little bit of bloatware that you could technically uninstall using like ADB, but for the most part, you shouldn't do that. But if I were to, but if folks, if you want to get this just to have as like an Android gaming device, get the 256 gig model, because like I said, there's no SD card storage, but you can store plenty of games on 256. I mean, anybody that's played freaking Genshin takes like 25 gigs on first install. Okay, so having a phone with only 128 gigs with no external storage is like, and you want to use it for games, it's not worth it at this point. So yes, so like I said, 9.5 out of 10. Definitely worth your time, and also it can, and also it does work on T-Mobile, even though haven't tried it, but it does support VoLTE. LTE. The only band it doesn't support is band 71, and it doesn't support band 71 on 5G either. So, and band 66 on 5G, but it does support it on 4G LTE. But overall, great little device. Like it. It was a great investment. And like I said, I'm running all my games here. Masters, and all of my emulators, Genshin, Dragalia Lost, and it just looks great. And great media consumption too. Like I said, HDR10. What more can you ask? It's just a great device. So yeah, that's it. 10:51, and let's get on to the next topic.
Alrighty, sweet. Thank you for your tech talk on that, TSS, and
You're very welcome.
hopefully that phone is gonna be for good usage for you through many
Oh
years.
yeah,
to
it's
come.
well yeah. With the community support, I expect there's gonna be like 4 or 5 years of community ROMs with this at least.
Neat.
So yeah, so really cool. So yeah.
All right, then. Let's go and move on into the next thing. Oh, did somebody want to bring up something?
Continue.
No, I swore I heard somebody in the background. That's all.
I didn't say anything.
No, neither.
Okay,
But,
never mind. I think I'm
TSS
hallucinating.
While TSS was going through that, I found some on Facebook I thought was funny as hell.
Oh, so
What?
do explain.
No, it was just a short picture. it said,
The short bus?
what? No, it was just a picture.
Magic Squib.
The picture was basically, it just said basically the plot summaries of each character in Sonic Adventure 1. And then it showed Sonic and it said speed. And then on Tails it goes, I'm a brave boy. And then on Amy's it just shows being useful. On Knuckles it shows Big Jim broke. On E101, on E102 Gamma it says, knowing that he himself holds the life of an innocence inside of his own body, as well as the other of his brothers holding lives within their bodies, he's given the moralistic choice in how it goes through conflict, where he must go against his master who built him in order to destroy his brothers and himself in order to free them, and thus he'll self-destruct himself, ending his own life to set free the bird that's deep down inside of him so that it can live a life of its own, thus freeing him and his brothers from eternal conflict. And then on Biggs, it says, where the fuck Froggy at? I don't know why I laughed so hard at that.
Oh, man.
So fucking funny.
So
Because
the
that's
white
basically the
Froggy's
plot of, because the plot of the game is just that.
Good God. Everybody has such a simple story, and then
Except Gamma's, which is this paragraph long summary of what the fuck's going on.
And then there was another like Twitter post that I posted in the meme post where it's like
Shit.
it's a quote from somebody that says, I want a big titty goth girlfriend, and it's like, okay bro, have fun talking about Invader Zim with a 31-year-old pharmacy tech.
I love
like-
that somebody responded to that.
And somebody legitimately responded to that.
Yeah, there was like, oh shit, I turned 32. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh man. So it legitimately was a hilarious time, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty good.
All right, so one last thing to talk about before we move on into tonight's session. Actually, two small things. First
Okay.
one, anime. Obviously, anime is wrapping up this week for winter of 2021. And it is sad to see some of my favorite show go this season. I've had a lot of fun with this particular season than I had with the fall season. So I'm looking forward to a lot of the slice of life that's going to be coming out in 2022 amongst more of the intense, dramatic action heavy seasons that we're gonna get, like Attack on Titan's final season, as to name an example there. So yeah, looking forward to it. Takagi season 3 is coming indeed. In fact, the opening for that song already dropped, or I mean the song for that third season already dropped. And yeah, it's kind of shocking that they dropped it literally weeks before it even it even premiered. But yeah, the artist actually dropped the opening song. So no, I'm not sending you no link. Support the official release on Apple Music, through Spotify, or whatever the hell that artist uses. Call Me Season 2 on April. You are correct there, buddy. So if anybody liked Call Me Can't Communicate, you will be glad to know that on the final episode of this year, they ended it off on a positive note by stating, we're going to season 2 in spring of 2022. So there's that. For those who are big fans of Batman, you'll know that the latest movie trailer for The Batman that is expected to release next year
I know
actually...
you're saying the Batman, but I want DE.
Now, the reason why I say
God.
this is because the
That's
new
the French
trailer that
version.
dropped was titled The Bat and the Cat. And if you see the trailer for yourself, you'll know that a certain other character also now joins the film. And if theories are to be correct,
Quinn, I knew it.
if theories are correct, she is expected to take up more than a third or even half of the movie for this upcoming film of the Batman. So if you like Catwoman, you will very much be very happy to see more of her.
Please be Halle Berry again for old time's sake.
Time's passed
Oh,
by,
God.
buddy. I don't think she can.
Please.
But the new trailer is epic as hell, though. I may not be the biggest DC fan when it comes to the live action shit. I'm more of a fan of their animated stuff. But the trailers that they've been dropping for The Batman have been really, really good. So, yeah, looking forward to
Kind of
that.
sad. I wanted
Who's the new Catwoman playing right now?
Oh, so okay, so let me go and take a look real quick so I can get you the actress. So though
I'm
let me
sure it's
see.
not Halle Berry.
No.
Shut up, I know that already.
Wearing the world's worst mask.
Let's see. Robert
Like
Pattinson
headwear.
is of course playing as Batman. Zoe Kravitz is gonna be playing Catwoman.
I didn't know who she is.
We can go and take a look and see what roles she has done as.
You want to know who she is, Nessa? Not Halle Berry. That's who.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
Halle
She's not
Berry.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, holy shit, she's pretty though.
And you're like, oh shit. She is known for playing Angel Salvador in X-Men First Class.
Yeah. I actually know what she looks like now. God damn it. Okay, so I want to clarify something. I liked the fact that Catwoman was bad. I liked that was like her only portrayal. I loved knowing that the only Catwoman we had was that. But now it's ruined.
Hello, Michelle Pfeiffer says hello.
No. I know about those. I mean, like, Catwoman's representation. Her movie was Halle Berry's. I liked that because it was so bad, it was good. It's kind of like how KG likes, like, the Hoopa movie, unironically, or something. I like
It's a one
that.
of a kind.
But now we got a good Catwoman, and I'm like, ah.
Well, supposedly. We don't know if this movie's going to be good or not.
Ooh, I like the one where Halle Berry's like licking milk from the bowl. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Dangerous, so
Good guy.
scandalous.
Like, you want that comedy
I
gold?
remember that song. I remember that song "Scandalous" from that movie. It was like,
You don't like the scene where Halle Berry's hissing at a person?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. I think I watched it like once or twice.
It's art. That's what it is.
I think for some reason I recall you guys putting up the video at one point during one of our late night talks when we had here on Discord. And I don't remember the context behind why we watched it. All we just did was just simply watching it. It was like a fight scene, I think it was, in like the
I'm gonna
back
miss
of it.
you, bad Catwoman.
If you want any other good news, Zoe Kravitz also did the voice for Mary Jane in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So there's that too.
Oh, wait. Also, well, the only way we can get Halle Berry back now is if they made Catwoman No Way Home.
What you have to do is you have to put Morgana on it.
But I will admit, though, this is consistency for this actress.
There we go.
Want to
That
know
sounds
why, though?
great.
Want to know why this is consistency about this Catwoman? You might not notice, but Zoe Kravitz, she actually played as Catwoman once before in the Lego Batman movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
So theoretically, she's reprising her role as Catwoman. just think of this
All
series
right,
as like
bring all the Catwomans forward, all of them.
So yeah, Batman is getting late. Time to go.
Remember when I said there can never be another movie like No Way Home? I lied.
Meow way home.
Catwoman, yeah, Way Home.
All right, so now let's begin our anime shenanigans for the week. Why don't we? Now, two things
right.
though to note about this one before we continue. One, let's address that weird ass out of context thing that I saw earlier today on Twitter, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
Oh, is that what Carol posted?
Yeah, so I just gotta ask y'all, what happened to Suicune? Like, legitimately,
No.
what the fuck happened to Suicune? So people took that tweet out of complete context.
Y'all remember when Go caught that thing?
Did he? I don't remember that shit.
I don't
You
remember.
I don't remember any of that, Tyron. I think you're
Me
hallucinating, buddy.
neither. Yeah, I think I made it up.
Yeah, that shit's a part of figment of your imagination.
You're in a different alternate universe.
Damn it.
That was
What?
a 7.4.
Now, God, why is everything in a universe nowadays? God damn it.
I know, right?
Why can't anything just be tradition? All right, but let's get into it then. So what happened to Suicune? TSS, you were the one that addressed this properly in regards to what the hell that was happening. And I think you mentioned, for those who don't get the reference, RTA in Japan had nicknamed Entei Suicune because of viewers during an RTA speedrun of Pokemon Crystal.
Yeah, because RTA in Japan is a Twitch channel that shows Japanese speedruns.
I thought it was retard.
Jesus.
So that's why that was a reply to Iwane's thing, because people took that out of context, and now we know the context. So you know how speedrunners, they usually have like a kind of a chat incentive to nickname Pokemon. So it's like, well, I guess people just decided to want to nickname Entei Suicune because fuck it.
And somehow they all unanimously agreed. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
All right, then. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's now, for real this time, get into tonight's review. Also, my dogs in the background seem to be very excited about this for some odd reason. We'll probably get into that during the later second half of this discussion. So what do you say, guys? Let's get to it.
Yeah, I have my dog here too, but he's sleeping.
They're all just being sleepy boys, but they're all good boys in the end. So let's get into tonight's review, ladies and gents, of Pocket Monsters 2019. This is the last episode of the year, if I'm correct. Also, that dog is barking. Jesus Christ. What happened outside? Okay, well, whatever. The point of the matter is the last episode is titled Gengar Does Its Best, The Road to Kyodai Max. Now, let's get into it. So what exactly is this episode all about? Satoshi and Go visit the Ghost Gym in Lateral Town in order to make Gengar Kyodai Max. And believe it or not, they find the masked boy they met on the Ghost Train, who turns out to be Onion, a boy who serves as the gym leader of the Ghost Gym despite his young age. After going to the Lateral Stadium, Satoshi and the others attempt to Kyodai Max. However, Gengar remains Dimaxed. When Onion sees this, he tells Satoshi that while Gengar can Dimax, it won't be able to Kyodai Max no matter how hard it tries. However, after Onion tells Satoshi and the others that Gengar will still be able to Kyodai Max if it drinks dye soup made from dye mushrooms, they decide to go search for dye mushrooms in a forest where lots of ghost-type Pokemon live. Onion warns them, though, that the dye mushrooms aren't easy to pick, but Satoshi is full of drive and says he will definitely get some. Onion takes them to a cemetery in the forest where they immediately find some dye mushrooms, but a Sunnygo, which is the Galarian form, a Pokemon that's said to curse you if you kick it. Wait, is it?
Corsola.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Corsola. The evolved form is Cursula.
Ah, Cursor, I'm sorry. A Pokemon that's said to curse you if you kick it is hiding nearby looking just like a rock. Satoshi attempts to get the Dime Mushroom while holding on to Gengar, but... And that's pretty much where the episode description ends from there. We learn about the people who are working on the episode, all that stuff in between. And now, this time, let's actually get into tonight's review. So, allow me to kick things off real quick by stating the most obvious thing. I hate it when they put Pokemon on top of Ash's head because it really makes me want one now. They did that shit with they did that shit 2 times to me this series, bro.
And Derpy.
The little stupid Gerpy, Dreepy, whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
Dreepy.
It's so adorable in Ash's head, like the way it snuck inside his cap to just take a snooze right there. And then the first time I think it was with what was his name, Rookidee. During the episode when he caught the Mr.
Oh, you mean
Fish.
Pokemon that should have belonged to Ash but don't?
If this was a
They
series that
don't-
was
they
ongoing
like
in
to play
Galar,
around
yes.
with our emotions, so yes.
Yes. So if you were looking to see Ash get a Dreepy, I got some bad news for you. Despite a very cute scene that we got here, Dreepy, you're cute as fuck, but bro, I'm so sorry. You should have just been a homie, man. I'm so sad to not see you. But it was a cute scene, though. I will admit, it was a cute scene to just see the Dreepy on top of Ash's head like that. I loved it so fucking much, bro. So yeah, there's that. Secondly, I want to talk about. I know there was supposed to be a impactful moment with the Gengar Revelation, but I also laughed my ass off at the scene only because of the fact that this episode coincidentally ended up pretty much shit talking at all the people who were saying, "Oh, I'm going to drop this Gengar and leave it with Onion, and that's going to be the end of that story for Gengar until we see him again later down the road." I don't know where the hell those rumors decided to come from.
I mean,
But I'm so glad that shit was addressed in the episode after that first episode, even though I'm pretty confident the people who worked on this episode had no idea what the fuck was happening outside of what was being mentioned.
I mean, to be fair, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Like, it was very obvious that Gengar was clicking a lot with Alistair. Very well, actually. Like, I wouldn't have been against that idea. It actually has some merit.
I agreed to it to an extent, and then I remembered that either way, it really is still going to suffer the same treatment that I think Guja would have suffered through.
Yeah.
Where it's a character that's clearly shown as powerful, clearly shown as capable, but we had to write his ass out of the show until the very end. And then probably when he comes back, he'll probably get some kind of either loss or a tie with another Pokemon or something of that sort.
I mean, yes and no on that, only because Gudra came to the team basically to fill Ash's 6th slot. It wasn't his goal to be Ash's ace, but it's 6v6. It's not that much different than what he did with Sun and Moon when he needed a team of 6. But Pokemon Sun and Moon realized, oh shit, these trainers need Pokemon in this series. We forgot. Whereas here, this situation basically comes in with no narrative structure that Ash needs a required number of Pokemon. It's very clear that Alistair clicks with Gengar very much to the point where he has a big understanding of how Gengar wants to get stronger. He's even able to talk to Ghost Pokemon within the series. So while Ash was getting along with Dreepy, I wouldn't mind if Dreepy had just joined back with Ash and been his new member to take Gengar's spot, while Ash makes the confident decision to give Gengar to Alistair, a trainer that will understand him as opposed to the trainer that Gengar had before, a trainer that abused him and neglected him. At least at
But
that
wouldn't
point,
that like ruin Ash's imagery or some shit though?
not
at that point?
necessarily. Ash barely uses Gengar. In fact, this is the most development we get out of Gengar, and it's episodes 91 and 92.
Took a year and a half.
Yeah, so at this point,
More.
Alistair... remember that joke that people said that Iris and Alistair train Ash's Pokemon better than Ash does? Yeah, it's pretty much this situation. Gudra was meant to be as a defender, to defend against the Oasis. He wasn't really meant to be a battler. He assists in battles, but that's only because Ash has developed his strength enough to where he can hold his own in a fight. It's even reflective on his move Bide, a move that allows him to absorb damage and return it back tenfold. He takes abuse so that he can give it back. And that's very reflective on his way that he fights at the Oasis. He's not meant to be the person that resolves issues. He's more or less meant to defend them. And it's even through his assistance that Greninja is able to wipe out Bisharp by using Rain Dance in order to get a more powerful water shuriken to wipe Bisharp out. It's not his goal to ultimately start knocking Pokemon out. The fact that Goodra was able to hold its own in the league in general was nothing short of a miracle. Here we run into a situation where Ash realizes that Gengar clicks with Alistair, and unlike other Pokemon where he says, oh, you should leave because you're better off here, he's leaving it with another trainer, which is definitely a lot different. Ash has never really left another Pokemon to another trainer, with the exception of Casey in the Beedrill situation, but we're not really going to count that because he only caught the Beedrills at the bug contest and didn't interact with it at all. Yes. So yeah, I wouldn't have been against the idea. I mean, it's a rumor, but it's not a bad one.
I don't personally like it, just only because of the fact that Gengar hasn't really done anything in this series. So why suddenly in like this approach? Like, had there been more of Gengar being presented throughout the series and seeing it do its ups and downs and all arounds, you know, and then getting to this moment, this would have been a proper way to have had the Gengar train in the background while it's preparing itself for the upcoming Masters 8. Because Ash knew, like, okay, I trained this Pokemon to the best of my capabilities, at least in my aspect. Now I could give it to a trainer who even actually knows how to communicate with the Pokemon, and which is a cool concept they brought here with this episode and incorporating Ash and
they did that with Primate. Okay, so the difference there is that the coach who talks about Primate makes the suggestion that Ash should do it. I'm saying this is a choice Ash makes on his own, which would have been much different.
Yeah. But see, yeah, that's the perfect point about Gliscor. But see, Gliscor was more commonly used in the series. Maybe not in fights, but it was still in the series. That's what I'm saying. It was still being shown to then when that point comes when he had to say farewell for it for the time being, it left a bigger impact as a whole because it really taught you, okay, you know, there are things I can do as a trainer, but there are clearly others who master these particular parts of Pokemon that if I leave it under their care, then I could see the most potential come out of this Pokemon. But when Ash doesn't even use it at all, and the one time that we do see this Pokemon get used in the second year is just straight up a loss, it really doesn't make that more impactful as a way if he was to be dropped to Alistair. Because at that point, if he was to be dropped, I'd be like, well, shit, I guess since the series didn't know what the fuck to do with these Pokemon, we'll just write their ass off the story. And then when they come back in the Masters 8, then hey, they just suddenly got all the necessary development they need in off-screen land. So
to me, the payoff would have been that when Ash fights Alistair, Gengar gives Ash a legitimate challenge, and thus Gengar gets to become as strong as it wanted to be initially when it was with its old trainer, which would give Ash a peace of mind that he made the right choice as a trainer. Part of what being a Pokemon trainer is knowing what's best for the Pokemon, not what's best for oneself.
No, that's the truth. But if Ash never used it, how can he know what's the best for it at that current time when he still needs to see it under his care, but we don't see it on screen? We need to see development unfold for a character to get a better understanding on how to separate what was Ash's style of development versus what is Alistair's potential side for development.
Hinotori, thank you for the follow.
Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree. It would be great to see him under that care. But with the story and narrative that we got currently, that will not fly by for me personally. I think there should have been more to have made that scene more impactful. And that's when I want to get into the secondary scene.
I was going to say, the fact that he didn't have much development with Gengar, period, shows that, oh, I've been using Gengar wrong this whole time. Meanwhile, there's a ghost trainer that understands ghost Pokemon a lot better than me. So lo and behold, when they actually do confront each other in a fight, Ash can get peace of mind of going, oh, this is Gengar at his true strength. I'm more satisfied with this fight now because Gengar is happy.
Not sure, man. Honestly, because that feels more like they have to point out the flaw of Ash in this series too.
I mean, but that's good. Main characters aren't supposed to be flawless.
But that's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about not the character side. I'm talking about the narrative side with like how the series is being done. That's going to be pointed out. And I don't know if that's something they would want to do, you
No.
know?
Pokemon ain't mature enough for that shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's one of those double-edged swords. Yes, concept-wise, it works. Unfortunately, it doesn't work under this circumstance, which is the other thing I want to talk about that I think does not work, and that is the emotional scene about why Gengar appreciates Ash's character and why he wants to stay alongside Ash. I like that scene. I thought it was cute. It was a great way for Alistair and Gengar to interact with each other. Like, legitimately, that was a nice touch. But I could not feel for something if I don't see it, you know, which is what I'm bringing up currently with you, Tyrone, about, like, I need to see these things play out so that way scenes like these could feel more impactful as a whole. But when I don't get to see much of it, and the one time we see Gengar come back, outside of, like, little cameos here and there throughout the episode or sprinkled throughout some episodes, and then it's like, oh, you know, I guess you feel that way. I don't know. It's most of the narrative that just makes it an off-screen land. That's pretty much what it is for me. It's a good scene that could have been better handled had there been more that we have seen from the Pokemon and the trainer to have made that much more of an impactful moment. Hence why I didn't vibe with it that much. Once again, a good scene all throughout. Could have been more better handled. So that's my take on it. Another fun things to point out. I like the way Ash Go and Alistair were working together throughout the forest. It was actually very wholesome there with certain sequences like we talked about with the Dreepy, or how Ash pulled the Let's Go with Gengar. Because I think in the Pokemon Let's Go games, you grab them from the stomach, which is a nice little nod there to the Let's Go games. I thought that was cute. So there's that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so use that. Go's way of catching the Corsola to be like, oh shit, it's gonna curse you! And it actually caught the goddamn Pokemon like that.
I found that hilarious. It was like so unique too, because I was.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm gonna save you, bro. Woo! And it works.
Well,
I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, now I want to talk about this bitch ass green motherfucker that's on the screen right now. I hate this thing so much. I hate this stupid ass monkey named Grookey from this series. Remember how many of you guys out there said Grookey was going to be potential greatness out of this character and whatnot?
I fucking said that.
I don't know who said that.
I didn't say that.
But I'm just saying, man. In my honest opinion, this is probably one of the worst starters I think I've ever had throughout this goddamn year, bro. I legit
like they have no idea what to do with this thing, so they have it just sort of wreck this scene on purpose. Like, oh, the scene's going by perfectly fine. Let's have Grookey break everything for a second.
The thing is, Grookey is always used as the cause of, like, the problem. It's always used in every situation. Hell, it was used last week with the Spiritomb. And now it's used again with this episode with the Dragloak. I think that's how you pronounce it. So it's always causing problems, not just in these two episodes. Was it Dragapult?
No, Dragapult's the final one. Dragloak is the second.
I think Dragapult was with the two Dreepies, which
because he's shooting them out of his head like a catapult.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just mad that this monkey took the place of Sobbles and of Reboot's pretty much spotlight in this series, and they can't come up with anything creative for this goddamn green ass monkey, man. I'm just so mad at this monkey at this point.
Hey, I got a question for you. From the time when Saul became a Drizzile, how many episodes was that? Is it already like past that at this point?
Saul became a Drizzile at
I think it was 61, 62.
Yeah, you're right, Azur. It doesn't even have a moveset outside of that one move it used, I think. Which was
spent 35 episodes as a Sobble before it evolved into Drizzle.
Okay, and then I think at this point with Grookey, he was captured like 56, 57, I think.
Yeah.
And I think we're 91, so it's already
36, I think, at that point.
Shit.
So it's roughly the same amount.
Oh my god.
They'll come up with something for Grookey in about 25 episodes or so. So let's just say there's only like 44 episodes left for Pokemon. That means at the last 20 episodes of the series, they're gonna straight up say, "Yo, I finally figured out what the fuck to do with this green ass monkey." The last 20 episodes, bro.
and, and then also they're probably gonna rush his evolution if they decide to evolve.
No, man. I
They're
don't
not
need.
gonna do it. They're
No,
not gonna
listen.
do it.
I already got my wish with. Thank you, Lightning, for the host. I already got my wish with them doing that to Drizzle. I don't need a replication of that scenario again. Let that be the Drizzle exclusive shit in this series, bro. Drizzle doing that was probably one of the best things Journeys did in this series thus far.
Yeah,
So,
go caught Rookie in episode 60. We're in episode 92, so it's been about
32.
32 episodes.
Okay, so that's how much it's been. Okay, so roughly, like I said before, roughly close by to each other.
And that's sad though. And then Grookey doesn't know any freaking moves.
No,
Hasn't even been in a battle.
it attempted to be in a battle before it got its ass beat by Absol, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Green Monkey. Listen, even if this Green Monkey does something next year, I legitimately just won't feel for it. I really won't. It's just become the problem maker.
It provides the paycheck for the Seiyu, and that's about it.
Hey, listen, I will admit though, the Rookie noise is probably my favorite thing.
Yeah, which is fucking replaced in fucking English because it's like what the fuck?
Why would they do that? That's
which is funny because you consider that it doesn't even say its Japanese name. Its Japanese name is Sarunori. It's saying Ruki, which sounds like Grookey, and it doesn't fucking. They don't even fucking use it in the series that has in the part of the world that has its fucking name. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see where things go for that. Overall, in my opinion, I like the episode. There are aspects of it I'm not really vibing much with it. I think they were scenes that actually worked well, but could have paid off a little bit better had it been done more well paced within the series of PM 2019 with Gengar's emotional moments and everything. But for Gengar fans though, I hope you guys got a good kick out from this episode. There was a lot of good Gengar treats throughout. It just only took 92 episodes to really get that. But hey, now, given that this is the final episode of the year, curious to see what they're going to be planning to do for 2022 with the PM series. We'll get into that, of course, in a bit. But, of course, we got to let everybody else get into this. So, if I was to give it a score, I'd just give it about a solid 7.5. I really still liked some things about this episode, and I also like Alistair as a character. I think he, as a character, is really relatable for some peeps. And even that moment with Ash and Alistair actually having a moment that those two can relate with each other when it comes to communicating with Pokemon, except in their different approaches to it. I thought that was a very nice touch, which we rarely get to see something like that within the series of Pocket Monsters. So I enjoyed that bit there. And also Gengar being super happy about Gigantamaxing, I thought was also pretty cool too. So, yeah. Not much more to say other than that. And I will now gladly pass it on to the next person. But the question is, who is the next person going to be in this call? So, anybody here wants to go next? Let me know. Alrighty then. So that's going to be the end of this week's review, ladies and gents, I guess, because everybody seems to be quiet.
I'll go because I'm guessing I'm the only one brave enough.
Actually, I just have to ask, TSS, will you go next after that, or will you go?
Yes, I will go. I will go next after that.
Okay. So Tyrone, then
Nessa's
TSS,
last.
and then Nessa. Nessa will save your thoughts for last then.
Yeah, because she's
All right.
She's
she deserves to play.
So, with this episode, it's weird. 91 and 92 almost feel like it almost feels like they were written out of order for a second. The narration when it starts says Ash and Go are going to the town for a particular assignment. And then later Ash they cut back to the flashback of them at the laboratory and they discover that Gengar can Gigantamax, which I'm not sure how they're just now discovering this, but And then Ash was like, oh, how does Gengar Gigantamax? And Sakuragi's like, go figure it out. It's almost like the show went, the Ash and Go are headed to the town to Gigantamax. That's right. Yeah. They're going to Gigantamax. Like, it almost feels like an afterthought. Like, this episode was written first, and then the episode before was written after the fact. That's what it feels like. And then, like I said, like most of this episode, to me, I like the idea of the Journey's quest to gather the mushrooms in order to do the soup. My issue is that I wish it was a lot longer than just this episode. I feel like it should have been a whole. I feel like their entire journey in this town should have lasted at least 3 to 4 episodes. Like, it being only 2 episodes feels off, and the first episode is them getting to town. I like the mushroom quest. I like the idea that, okay, Gigantamax and Gengar isn't going to be as simple as just gather 3 required mushrooms on your required quest in order to get this soup necessary to evolve him into his max. I would have loved if this had been like a whole thing, like a whole trial, a tribulation. The mushrooms are harder to get. There's Pokemon that are guarding it. Gengar's not doing as well as he wants to in fights, and that's also what's holding him back from showing his true power. Alistair understands him a little bit better. Ash is able to talk with Alistair, and those two dig deeper. And maybe the show could have realized that Go was an introvert and have Go and Alistair have some nice little moments. But apparently, this show only has room for one introvert on screen at a time, and Alistair's the one taking the cake right now. So Go's got to sort of sit back for today. Him catching Corsola, like, yeah, they did that for the required catch. I like the idea that he did that to save Ash, but it happens so quickly, there's not enough for me to care about it. It's literally just, Ash, look out! Ash, look out! Okay, I got it. Anyway, like it just feels so off. It almost felt like I skipped a scene for a second. And I'll go back and go, no, that's what happened. Oh, and something also weird. So Ash drops his hat. That's like the thing that triggers the event for Corsola to come up. And Go catches the Corsola, and Gengar comes back with Ash, and Ash has his hat again. Again, it almost feels like I skipped a scene. How does he wind up with his hat just back? Don't they have to go down there and grab it? I guess that's not important. So we just move on. It just feels so weird because he gets his hat right back. And I wouldn't mind it so much if it weren't for the fact that his hat is the thing that causes the conflict to begin. Ash dropping his hat is what starts the potential conflict. It's only after he comes back that the conflict is resolved, but they forgot to take out that resolve part of it. So it feels so off when he finally gets his hat back. Yeah, it's a minor thing, an accessory to Ash's, like, design, but at the same time, it's his hat, and it's the thing that starts up the event. Like, it'd be different if it was like he accidentally touched one of the stones trying to reach the mushroom, because then you can immediately say, oh, well, that's over now. But no, it's a piece of his clothing that just magically comes back. I guess the hat has magical powers or some shit. But then once we move on and we get to the next ones, the best one, obviously, I feel like what's the damn ghost tree called? Phantom?
Trevenant?
No.
Oh.
Trevenant. Oh, Phantom is the
Pre-evolution.
the other one.
Pre-evolution.
Yeah, Trevenant is the evolved form. That one's lame. I'm not gonna lie. That one's kind of lame. It's literally just, oh, I'm chasing you, and a couple of tree branches are chasing you. Like that one's anticlimactic. The Draclock / Dreepy one, that one's very wholesome, and it's very clear that Ash should have gotten Dreepy as a Pokemon. Like, that one kind of like gets in our face about it, and this is the second time Pokemon's done this thing where they'll tease a Galar Pokemon that should have been Ash's, but it's not. And it's more of a letdown when you look at it. So when we pass that, it's just like, excuse me, it's just like, okay. And then finally we move on to obviously him doing it. It feels very, like, when he finally does do the Gigantamax after making the soup and all that development, it just feels like, okay, we did it. Now what? And they just hop on the train and leave. That's it. Plot over. Go home. Like, it doesn't feel like much closure happened. It just feels like we did the thing. All right, let's go home. Like, there's so many parts in this episode that felt like they had to hop to the next scene so quickly. We never get a chance to really, like, get used to it. Like, we never get a chance to get used to any of the environment or the world that Ash and Go are given. What's the name of this town again? Lancaster?
Well, actually, I don't know.
Lancaster Town or
Lateral.
Lateral, sorry. They're in
But I think
Lateral
that's the
Town.
name of the Japanese name, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're in Lateral Town, and
Stow Inside.
yeah, Stow Inside. They're in Stow Inside, and it feels like I barely knew the adventure they were with. I feel like Stow Inside was more of a set piece, and the characters were just sort of like just in use. They were in use, and the area they were in was a backdrop. It's sad to me when the ghost train they were on is more interesting than the actual town that they were in. And then by the time it's all over, it goes, oh, well, that was an experience, I think. And without, like, we just have to hope that we see Alistair again. I do like the nice touch, though, that there is a gym and a stadium to fix that whole confusion of what happens with Alistair and B. Because they both have a gym there. My guess is if you fight them in a gym fight, you fight them in the gym. But if it's an actual Pokemon World Championship fight, you fight them in the stadium respectfully. That makes sense. Like that is actual. It's good to give some light to that. And obviously, if you plan on using Gigantor or Dynamax Pokemon, then you'll have to move to the stadium because there's just not enough room. But again, this all is basically coherent on if we see Alistair again. If this is Alistair's only appearance, then unfortunately, we get one good character moment, and that's it. The show doesn't give us much after that, because the show literally abandons it. Ash downright says it. There's more I wanted to say to you, but the episode's over now, and I have to leave. Like, oh, it just feels so off. Like, it'd be like, I don't know, it'd be like an old episode of Pokemon where if the minute Team Rocket blasted off, they just cut straight to boom, doom, 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 doom. Like they just completely skip closure. Like, all right, well, over. It feels so anticlimactic. So, with all of that being said, I wanted to enjoy this. I really did. The idea of I like the idea that Ash's Gengar can't Gigantamax at first, and they have to go through methods in order to do it, because I like the idea that not all of Ash's Pokemon have to be special Pokemon. Ash has been given that a lot recently. Lycanroc gets a special dusk form that only it can do. Pikachu's the only one that can use Pikachunium Z. Fucking Pikachu's apparently also can Gigantamax. Like Ash has been getting special treatment for a bit, so it's good. It's very refreshing to see that he just has a regular ass Gengar, but he has to work in order to get it. But if anything, that's more of the reason why I want him to have a longer journey towards making it special. Like, oh yeah, Ash Greninja as well too. So yeah, like he gets a lot of special treatment Pokemon. So I like the idea that he has to do a quest in order to make one of his Pokemon extraordinary. The problem is, that's half the plot of the episode, of the one episode. This isn't even the plot to the episode prior. That plot's completely separate. So when we get here, we spend half an episode to make Gengar a different Gengar. This is a big plot development. They don't even break down the biology of how the Dynamax soup works. Gengar just drinks the soup and is able to do it. It would be very interesting if we actually learned how this happens. Or if Gengar was to drink the soup and it still doesn't work because there's something just holding him back. It is very exciting to dig into the biology of Pokemon, but the series doesn't want to dig into the biology of Pokemon, which I find extra ironic because this is the series where Ash is a Pokemon researcher. So the fact that they don't want to, research it seems kind of off to me. But with that being said, Ghost in this episode and the stupid Grookey does stuff, which KG kind of already covered that basis. So I'm going to give this episode I'll give it a 6. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. Why not? Sure.
All right. All right, so here we go. So, episode 92. So, okay. So, we begin the episode once again. So, I know the reasoning why they decided to do it as a flashback. Yeah, and one thing, and I'm going to tell one thing about Tyrone. So, yeah, I think when they wrote these two together, I think they wanted to get the Ghost Train one out of the first because they wanted to introduce Onion or Alistair first. And I was wondering, okay, why wasn't it in the credits for last episode? And okay, then they revealed the plot point that they're actually going, that they didn't specifically say the reasoning why they're going the last episode, and now they have it for this episode. So okay, all right. So at least they recapped the last episode, and at least they at least have, now you have the gap filled in on that. So the first thing that I noticed was I like that they referenced that both Chims were in the town, and then you see B walking out from the stadium to briefly chat with Satoshi because B was trying to get a fight and it was like, no, Alistair was helping, Onion was helping. So the first thing is they did portray the extrovert versus introvert narrative very well in this episode. I mean, Satoshi is extroverted as fuck. Well, we kind of knew that, and to have that as kind of a driving force between Satoshi and Onion was pretty good. I did really like the over exaggeration Rika did. That was a really great vocal performance. So to have that to set up this particular episode, that was a nice touch. So the next part I like to note was I like the extra guitar Jim, like the bass synth instrumental that was tacked onto the original Hayashi theme. That sounded really fucking good. I really like that. I don't know if Hayashi wrote that or one of his other cohorts did it, but that was a really nice touch. Also just seeing like Gengar being very depressed, that was really funny. I really like that one. So they followed the formula from the games, which the 3 max mushrooms to make the max soup. Really like that touch as well. At least it wasn't some odd and fucking number that they just randomly decided to make. So at least that gives it some consistency. So each of those mushrooms had a specific task to get them, just to increase the tension just a bit. So as we mentioned, the first one you had to avoid disturbing the Galarian Corsola. So the whole thing with that, and I'll go back to the one with the hat. I think it's because there was fucking 20 animators working on this, probably in different studios, and that was just an oversight. I mean, we've seen oversights in the anime in the past, especially during these times where you have animators that weren't even working in the same damn studio, probably working from home. You know, that's one of those things. It's shit happens. Okay. So, each one of them are very unique. I mean, the second one with the Trevenant, I really didn't give a fuck about. I mean, it wasn't really that much. It was just a chase scene. But the third one as well with the Draclock, that was a nice little wholesome scene. You see him sleep, and then you see the Dreepy crawling under Satoshi's hat, and then of course you had Stupid Monkey Productions having to fucking hit the Draclock and cause the whole thing to fly around, and of course has to fly like fucking 1,300 feet in the air, and Grookey fucking being completely knocked out, which is probably the best thing that could happen to him because he's absolute shit. But the thing was, having Gengar stop Draclock in his tracks woke up something in Alistair, and then they understood the connection between it and Satoshi. I mean, yes, of course, I'm gonna say that. All right, they have to clean up the fucking mess because Gengar's whole narrative is a fucking mess, and at least they did an attempt to at least give it some kind of interest, building up interest again, considering it's been one of the most neglected Pokemon in the series. So I give them credit for at least doing that. At least they're consistent in trying to clean up the fucking mess that they have.
So can I interject for a second here?
Yes, go ahead.
There's a thing that's a little jarring about Gengar's whole development. I mean,
go ahead.
other than the fact that it's absent for the most part. Usually in the other situations, Ash at least had a rival in order to combat in those situations where Pokemon need development.
Right.
Sirfetch'd had the one trainer with the Gallade that people pretend that they know but don't. And then with Lucario was with B. Here we have a situation where Gengar doesn't even have a rival this time. And I guess
Right.
they did that to avoid the repetitiveness of having a rival beat Ash's
Correct.
ass.
Right.
But at this point, like, Gengar's development feels like an afterthought. At least
Well,
Dragonite got the luxury to meet
Yeah.
up with a trainer that Ash formerly
Right.
knew. That being
Right.
Iris the Dragon Master.
Right. So
Here we just run into Gengar, it's time for his development, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
It needs the
Yeah.
Gigantamax.
Well, yeah, and also it has to tick off a box. It has to tick off a box for the fucking series. And it's like, well, we got to do something with Galar. Okay, Gigantamax. So it's like, okay, you have to at least do that. But at least they're actually doing something about it instead of just leaving it out to the cleaners. At least they're actually attempting to do something. Did it do it well? Probably not. But at least they did something with it. So at least they're trying to tie everything back together. The whole thing with Alistair thinking that, all right, me talking to Pokemon is weird. And then you have that whole conversation with Satoshi and Go as well, saying that it's not that weird. And that was kind of like the ice-breaking moment. And then when Gengar stopped the Draclock, that was another moment. I did like the effect of, you actually see under the mask of Alistair. That was a really cool touch. I did really like the kind of the wholesome moments that did happen were really fleshed out very well animated wise. So then we go to the scene where where Anya's making the max soup, and it's like, well, gotta wait until late night. They're falling asleep and stuff, and then you see some kind of flashbacks with the Gengar, which, yeah, they're recent ones, but again, they're doing that just to keep it fresh in the minds, and also probably because that's probably what animation they had.
Gengar we got.
Yeah, well, the thing is though, I'm pretty sure that they probably wanted to focus on the animation that was recently done, because if you look at the animator lists from the past 2 episodes, they're basically the same. So they probably just to have it consistent, they just shared the assets between both episodes. I think that's the reason why they did it. Having the mask fall off of Onion was pretty good too. Like I said, those moments were very emotional, but it's like one of those things where it's like a better late than never kind of thing. And then they reused the animation for the Gigantamax Gengar scene again. But what I did really like about it is, I've said this before in the B fight, but the way that they're animating the Dynamax and Gigantamax forms in this series has improved dramatically. I really liked the kind of the smoke effect that's around that's in its body, like you could see it through the skin. I really like that. But like I said, it's like, yeah, that's, like I said, that, yeah, the plot is out of place, but you have to remember that they're trying to fucking fix a series that's fucking broken. Okay, so I'm going to give this one a 9.2. I enjoyed it more than the train one, because at least this one for me, it felt better emotionally when I watched it. And hey, at least we finally get something from Gengar instead of a fucking loss. But like I said, well, we've said again, and I want to make it clear, folks, because I've said it on other streams, but I haven't said it here. The scores that I give is basically comparing it to itself and not as a whole. Okay, because I've made it, because a lot of people don't watch the other streams that we do here. But at least I could say that in the last like 5 months, the series has actually started to pick up the damn pieces with the damn narrative, because it was nothing, and you make something, and now they're actually making something that was nothing. So they're being consistent. They're being more consistent with the recent episodes for the last like 20 episodes or so, 25. So I give them that credit. Like I said, it doesn't fix the problem that it was at the beginning of the series. Nothing will fix it. What is done is done. They just have to fix it going forward, and at least they're doing something to fix it.
I
So at
feel
least that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like.
I feel
That's what I take it. That's what
I
I
feel
take.
looking back, even with this episode, just looking back at it, there's a lot of missed stuff here. Like I said, Go apparently has the plot of being an introvert too. So I'm surprised they didn't use that. Literally, the episode even puts him away. So they have this moment at nighttime where they're making the soup. Ash falls asleep first and goes there, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this is it. Go's gonna be able to have a nice deep conversation with Alistair because they're both introverts, but they both love Pokemon. Go can talk to Alistair about how he's able to talk to Pokemon and better understand them. He can even bring out his Corsola because it's a ghost type Pokemon, so he can try to understand his ghost Pokemon as well too. He's got Misdreavus as well too. Alistair could probably try to talk to him, and Go can be that much closer to understanding his own Pokemon rather than just catching them in one episode and then that's it. This is it. No, nope. Alistair literally goes, "You can go to sleep now," and he goes, "Okay." Like the whole episode literally puts him away. I'm like, what the fuck? This was it. This was it. Fuck you. Like
Making
damn.
yeah.
I kind of I feel like Go and Alistair are like in different levels of introvert still, because it's like Alistair's probably more in that left spectrum of the introvert. I don't think Go is much.
Yeah, but
He's
they
a-
both have a clear understanding. They love Pokemon before people.
No, yeah, I know, yeah, but
That much is similar.
But yeah, I noticed like you guys are like introverts and extrovert. I actually consider myself an introvert because even though I don't sound like it, but I'm actually
The
am
show even
one.
goes out of its way
Yeah.
for Alistair to comment, "Is it weird that I talk to Pokemon?" And Go is the first character to comment that it isn't. Not Ash. Go. He's the one to point it out. So I'm sorry if you expect me to have expectations that the show's gonna follow through with it by having a character that's introvert talk to Alistair, who's also introvert. Yeah, their introversies may come from two separate motions, but they both have the same general love. That being the common denominator that they like Pokemon more than anything else. Go wants to better understand Pokemon and not just catch them as substitutes for real life friends, whereas Alistair understands Pokemon and gains friends through the Pokemon. His understanding of both Go's Pokemon is what brings him to Go and Ash. So naturally, these two should come together. Go's pushed out of the way for the most part of this episode, and I feel this is a missed opportunity, especially on Twitter when we get all these people who defend Go saying that he's a great character. But the reason he's being attacked is because of moments just like this. Moments where the story in and of itself poses him as a side main character alongside Ash, but doesn't even have the decency or balls in order to bring Go up to be a main character. They don't give him any spotlight moments that would recommend him be a main character. This was their one moment to do it, and they dropped the ball.
I did notice though, like Go's actually been pushed back lately though, so he's not much the center of attention compared to everyone else.
It's almost very sad that the one competent time we see Go isn't even the actual Go. It's a Go from a different fucking universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember from that. So that's why I'm like, they kind of been pushing him back though lately. I haven't I remember in the beginning though he was kind of like more front and center, but now it seems like they're pushing him back. And
I think it's because they want to finish off the world championship shit, and they want to get this shit out of the way. I think that's what it is. The only thing is
they haven't even tackled Go's like Mew missions yet.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's been in the back burner for a while.
The thing is though, we also do not know that, people saying, "Oh, this is going to be the last year." No, we don't know that. We do not know that.
I'm actually thinking it might extend longer, to be honest.
No,
at this point it kind of has no choice but to be longer.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the show's fault, obviously, because of thanks to real world situations going on. But yeah,
right. And I'm wondering, before we get any further and talk about the preview and stuff, a thing that has nothing to do with the episodes at all. People have been, people were asking me this on Christmas Day as well. It's like, do you think they're going to announce a new movie? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, we've had a lot of 2-week hiatuses during the last like several months. So I'm wondering if they're actually going to be working on a film. They're actually working on a film like piecemeal in between this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering maybe because they're gonna have to get back on track with any sort of movie, and I think these 2-week hiatuses are probably a way to probably get like some movie stuff done. But there's nothing in stone. This is a theory of mine. Like I rarely do theories, and I'm not like Curl Blitz where I could spend 45 minutes talking about this shit. But I'm just saying, it's a pattern that I'm seeing. Like we've had like 2-week breaks for the last like several months, and I'm wondering if they're using that time to kind of, do some in between work to plan for a movie, and maybe we'll get an announcement maybe early next year, maybe. And that's the only thing I could think of. Because here's the thing, right? I'll give you a good example. Yokai Watch has not taken a break. At all. The only aside from the 2-week break that they had due to the Backstreet Boys stuff, they've been chugging out, even with a movie coming out. They just released a movie back in November. I'm wondering if for Pokemon, the 2-week breaks are to facilitate kind of like a working agreement to kind of make a movie. That's what I'm thinking. No, that's not always true. That's not always true either. I think they wanted to do that just to space it out. I think it's due to TV Tokyo wanting to give them. I mean, and plus, here's the thing: Yokai Watch has actually aired through some of those breaks as well. Because if you look back at some of the TV Tokyo guide listings, they might have like Yokai Watch and freaking Paw Patrol, which, like I said, TV Tokyo considers Paw Patrol an anime. Go figure. And then they kill like Pokemon and what is the other series? Shinkali Z. So yeah. But I'm interested to see what movie is going to be announced early next year. But anyway, Nessa, what's your thoughts about the episode?
My thoughts about the episode. I think I mentioned a little bit on Friday, but I actually had a good time with this episode. Like, I guess for one thing for sure, I was happy Gengar finally got some spotlight for once, because that poor Pokemon's just been neglected since he's been captured, basically. So it's just like he was kind of at that spotlight in the beginning, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared out of nowhere. So I was happy he came back for this episode, and it was all about him. And I think
hold on. Can I point out something? Because I've noticed that it's been the same with KG, TSS, and you. Mm-hmm. The first sentence that you guys always start off with this review is, "I'm glad that we got to see Gengar get some development." If we're in episode 92, I want to remind y'all that.
So what? Sun and Moon in my eyes took 91 episodes to actually.
No. The point being, the highlight of this episode is that a Pokemon that Ash caught more than 60 episodes ago is getting development. I just want to point that out.
No, Alistair actually was a highlight for me too. So
I know.
Actually,
I'm just saying, it's
dual thing.
The sentence that everyone starts off with.
Seeing this stupid ghost.
And this even expands upon like when I go watch other reviews. People literally, this is the first sentence everyone starts with. This is their starting sentence for this episode, is that they're glad that the norm for most Pokemon series is the standard for here, is the minimum requirement.
They updated to Windows 11, so it's all right.
I don't give a shit at this point.
Yeah, but
they updated to Windows 11 and they got confused with the start menu.
But go ahead.
Continue.
It's I think you guys already brought in a lot of points already, because like I did enjoy like the little moments, like when they did the little adventure finding the mushrooms. Mm-hmm. Like I did enjoy that. I did enjoy the moment when I noticed too. I think when they got to Alistair's place though, and I guess his gym is like so like, I guess, underwhelming compared to the stadium. It was like, I don't know. And then that was like one of the little details I was like, oh, I guess he's not too big on, I guess,
of having his gym like, oh yeah, all flashy and everything. It's just like really just so dark and depressing. But I think that's kind of like his personality. And then when we get to the stadium, it's like super bright and then like big, and obviously like it made like, and then it's like more like, and there's way more people, like a lot more crowded compared to like to his little gym. So I thought I kind of liked that little touch. So that was like one of the little touches I liked. And then also I actually recorded myself on Friday when I think when Ash was trying to Gigantamax Gengar, which obviously didn't work because he couldn't though. And then I made him. I kind of like reacted to when he realized he can't Gigantamax, and Gengar, he was just so disappointed. And then I kind of felt sad. I was like, oh, my poor Gengar. He's like, he wanted a Gigantamax so bad because he just kept trying and trying, thinking like he could do it, but obviously he couldn't without the soup. So I actually enjoyed that moment. That was like, I was like, I could show you guys a clip later when we get a chance. Sure. And then we mentioned about the venture they went to the venture to get the mushrooms. That I actually enjoyed that little parts. Of course, I did get annoyed by Grookey like twice in I think you guys mentioned as well. I was annoyed. Yeah. I was just like, this damn monkey. I'm just like, okay, Grookey, what else is gonna go wrong? And other than that, I was like, and then towards the end with Alistair and Gengar, I kind of enjoyed that little moment. Like, it kind of made me wish. Like, I think we already brought it up. It kind of just made me wish we could have more. Like I wish Gengar would just appear more often. But you know, this is what we get. We're like, we're not that lucky. So, and then also, I think I'm kind of used to that kind of abuse with Pokemon, to be honest, because a lot of, like, sometimes some of, like, my favorite Mons, like, probably, I think, so, like, Gengar is, like, probably the more popular ones, but then there's some other Mons, like, who probably might just made one or two appearances and just never appeared ever again.
Raichu was treated like shit before this series.
Raichu got better treatment.
Necessarily.
No, but I meant, like, in the beginning.
No, not necessarily. I'm talking. Okay, are we talking about Go's Raichu specifically, or just Raichu's in the series?
No, remember Raichu in general. Visky's as well.
Visky's Raichu's pretty powerful and competent. It gave Pikachu a run for its money. Yeah. It's like one of the few Raichus that actually can do that. Pika and the Goliath, Raichu actually whoops Pikachu's ass. Pikachu just goes through its Electric Shock Showdown training montage to beat it. Electric Shock Showdown itself, obviously, that's Raichu's debut. Where
and then of course, like, and then people are like, "Oh my god, Raichu is such a bully." Oh, like,
well, then we've also got
I had the opposite reaction. I was like, I don't know.
Even in the OG series, we've had good portrayals of Raichu, like the one that shows up during the Steven Spielberg episode, where Raichu's a co-star in the movie that's being shot.
But I think, that's what I'm saying. In the beginning, though, we seen a bit more. But once we trailed off to like Johto, to AG, like Raichu barely.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's like
Raichu appeared in the Raikou episode during the Johto episode.
I think it's only like one, or I think Raichu made like maybe 4 or 5 appearances, but I think the one I remember the most.
Ash borrowed a Raichu in Diamond and Pearl Summer Camp.
It was fat.
It was. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. 0 out of 10.
It was a chunky boy.
No, but I'm saying that other Mons too. I like some other Mons as well, but there's some Mons who just pay 1 or 2 appearances and then just suck. It just sucks.
Yeah, that's like right to the garbage.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Fat Shane the road. Hey, it's my favorite Pokemon. I can do whatever the fuck it wants.
With that being said, shall we get into tonight's discussion?
She's got to rank it.
Oh yeah, what was your ranking for it?
My ranking was it's 8.5.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I have to do the quick spiel. So the gift for this week on the original broadcast was the The cubbyhole Gengar, the Gigantamax Gengar cubbyhole like pillow thing, the thing that you could sleep in. That was 5 people are gonna get that, and in lieu of a trailer, we get the preview trailer, which we're gonna talk about.
Alrighty then, so let's go take a second to talk about it. Butch and Cassidy is back. Alrighty. That's pretty much it, ladies and gents.
There you go.
So, you know, I wanted to obviously talk more about it, but you would think that the person who is like
we
the
gotta
big
wait
face
for
of
her
it
to show up.
would be the one to talk about it the most.
Yeah.
And
she'd be here
I was
tonight.
like very excited to see why. Yeah, exactly. Why isn't Polly here? She probably had a little bit of a snooze.
All right.
I bet.
$10. She's gonna text us later on, like 2 hours from now, and go, "I fell asleep before the pod happened. Oh my god!"
Then she talked. She could.
I'm calling it.
Didn't Polly get her ass canceled on Twitter today? Well, quote unquote canceled.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're not gonna name names, but we already know
The great Twitter war of 2021.
You thought it was over? Nah. it
ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over. Don't worry.
All right.
We can't talk about Marnie and Piers though.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Marnie and Piers
can I
good.
just talk about this one real quick? Marnie and Piers. Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you, Marnie, but you're gonna get the Hal treatment, aren't you? You're
Too
gonna
little, too late.
There's nothing they could do.
Yeah, too little, too late. They're too late.
Also, Erica's coming back.
That one got me excited.
I said this. I was like, "Oh, Marnie's coming. I can't wait to see her more Pecco."
We still have B2. Who?
Or maybe someone might give his more.
Yes. So if you look closely, you see Erica's kimono.
I don't care enough about Erica in the series to be like, "Yay, she's coming back." Like
the only reason why I care about her coming back is only because of Masters.
Yeah.
That's the only reason
but that's
why.
not even in the same context.
No,
the last time
but
we saw
that's not what I'm
Erica,
referring to, though.
Yeah,
I'm
but
referring
I
to
know-
just like the popularity of the character, the reason why it revitalized.
At this point, you're not even hoping for Erica to come back. You're hoping for Masters Erica.
No, I'm hoping for Erica the character. I'm saying
No,
that.
you're not, because the last Erica we saw was fucking sexist. Remember that?
Yeah, so I'm curious about how they're gonna bring that back.
They're not going to. They're going to bring back a whole different Erica. This is a different Erica. First of all, she's wearing the kimono instead of that little dress that she wore in her episode.
Was she also wearing a kimono when they?
No. When she first shows up in OG, she's wearing a short dress that shows off her legs very well.
No.
And then she's wearing like these flat.
No, actually, no. They met him in the perfume shop.
Yeah, and then she did actually have her.
Yeah.
dress
And
on
then
her.
quickly changes and stays with the outfit that she wears in the episode.
So who's to say that won't come back in this episode, right?
She only appears in
not
that one
necessarily.
episode, and we don't have enough. We don't have enough of her character for anyone to physically be invested in it. If anything, it's almost a chance to redo her character all over again.
Isn't that what they're gonna do with Bitch and Cassidy anyway?
I don't know what they're gonna do with Bitch and Cassidy.
You know what's actually funny. I want to say this. So, you know what's funny? Like literally, like maybe 12 hours before that trailer dropped, I saw a trailer. I saw like a commercial, with all of the Kirado Gunso, the Sergeant Frog, doing like the anti-piracy commercial, and they brought every Seiyu back, and one of them was Kururu. Kururu's Seiyu is the same as Kosanji, Kosaburo. So kind of seeing that, okay, maybe that was a kind of a sign that, okay,
that the VA was going to come back to do some work.
So yeah. Also, and the other thing is, Nyat's former girlfriend is in that scene as well, but we're not going to talk about that now. Yeah. So we're not. So again, we got to wait until a certain swirl comes back, and we got to talk about that.
Also,
but hopefully that'll be next time.
I just looked at Erica's picture from her anime debut. The kimono she's wearing isn't even the same kimono as her debut. What the fuck?
It's the game one.
A whole different. No, it's not even a video game design. This is an original design.
She got the same treatment as Serge did too, because Serge, it sounds like
Serge didn't look like himself either.
Yeah, almost.
Actually, that outfit looks like the one in Masters a little bit. because that's the same kind of color. Because that's
Yeah.
why people recognized it.
Yeah, it seems like because it seems
If
like
you
they're
played
going
Masters,
back to the
Tyrone.
game. Yeah, to like game
Masters.
more. But yeah, it
Masters
was.
is good.
I honestly I'm pretty excited for Erica to come back because she was one of the few she actually in her debut, to be honest, like she was like the sexist bitch. That everyone was
Literally
wanted
like
to claim.
no
And
boys.
I was like I kind of want to know more about Erica, but we just got that.
Well, it's funny.
Literally,
It's gonna be 20. It's gonna be 25 years since we last saw her.
Her whole plot is literally no boys allowed in my gym except for Brock for some reason. Oh shit! Yeah, sure, I'll fight you, Ash. Yeah, my gloom stinks. The gym is on fire. Thank you for saving gloom, Ash. Here's a badge.
Only have 3 minutes of on screen.
That's her whole fucking character. And everybody's all like, I can't wait for her to come back. Like, what the fuck are you waiting to come back for?
To bring that shit back.
To have
him coming back, Erica coming back, and then
to have Erica not written in fucking pill drunk land. That's the whole thing. That's what I want.
I just summed up that entire episode in a couple of not even sentences. That was a couple of words.
Mostly anybody could do that, right?
It's like
they say that I shortened this episode to about a minute. It was that. Literally, that's just what I did.
To make a long story short, pretty much.
Yeah. If Tyrone ever wanted to make his own Cliff Notes, he'd be a millionaire by now.
Yeah, he would.
Tyrone, get to it.
Yeah, start writing.
It literally, it all happened so fast. I almost forgot she was in the damn series.
I mean, to be fair, that's just PM the original in a nutshell.
Yeah,
a lot of the characters.
I mean, Shokodo. Like I said, freaking Shudo, Takashi Shudo, pill drunk motherfucker.
But he did give us an interesting series, so I can't fault him all for that.
Actually, interesting enough, almost all the gym leaders in the first gen, they all have different designs. Just none of
in general,
because they're. I remember I was confused when I watched it as a child. Like, I was like, why do you look so damn different than from the games? Like,
I actually liked Erica's casual design, like the regular dress she wears instead of the kimono. It looks better. They showed it off really well in Pokemon Puzzle League.
Oh yeah, I love that game because I was like, we got to see more of the character design, so that kept me happy. I know. I'm just like I'm easily entertained. So
that's fine. I mean, it's all good. I think though. We'll see what happens, but the problem is now we have to wait until January the 14th.
Yeah.
I feel like since every time they do the it's probably the next 2 months then, right? Usually. And
I want to thank Kuro here for pointing out the fact that the 25th anniversary of Pokemon anime will air on a Friday, which means it'll be exactly the day 25 years ago that it airs, so that's a pretty good. I wonder if they're going to do anything special. I'm still wondering if they're going to do like a special or something, or they're not going to do an episode. They're not going to do a regular PM 2019 episode and maybe do like a 1 hour special, maybe a retrospective. I would like to see that.
Hey, listen, after One Piece did it, I need them to recreate opening one.
Yeah,
I just need that, damn it. No,
yeah, and I don't want that freaking like 2017 remaster where they just recolored the freaking NPM. I want them to actually reanimate a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that for the 20th anniversary. They only just made the song, but they didn't make new visuals to accompany it. That bums me. Actually, no, I fault. The new visuals that they had for it were for the goddamn movie, but never tie into Sun and Moon, which is unfortunate.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that was the single that was driving. That was the EP that was driving the movie. So
yeah, I know. I just wish they had actually done something to celebrate the occasion rather than just especially when you realize that Sun and Moon literally has some of the best visuals in their opening department. Like literally the final opening of Sun and Moon, and even the second one to an extent, you could consider those like some of the best visuals in the series. So I was like thinking, oh shit, imagine PM 2019 in that format.
Yeah, but to be fair,
we don't see
but to be fair, since like X and Y, there really hasn't been like multiple. There hasn't really been an opportunity for like openings mid-opening to like change.
I know. I wish they had though. I really wish they had though.
Yeah, because the Best Wishes openings were the last ones that would do that, especially Best Wishes itself, like the first opening where they revealed everything. So,
Don't worry, we'll get 1, 2, 3 version 4.
all
And
right,
it'll be going Satoshi's VA, and that'll be the final opening for the goddamn series. If that is the
Alrighty.
final. But right now,
All
let's
right,
go
so-
and wrap things up. Then why don't we? Oh wait, hold on
Yeah.
a second. I heard somebody beep boop inside. What the heck?
Boop, 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 boop.
It's
Who in here? Oh, it's you.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle. Let's plug our shit. I guess tell people that we're going to be doing
Yeah.
what we're going to be doing for this week because there's going to be a lot of things.
Yeah, there is a lot of shit that's going to be happening within this week. It is the final year after all, so a lot of us are probably going to be busy doing our own shenanigans. And
Final week of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy though. It's about to wrap up, isn't it?
Yay.
All right, so allow me to go and just briefly mention what I'm going to be doing within this week, at least on my channel. As you guys can see on screen for yourself, that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing throughout the week, chat. Obviously, Monday, we already had the pod. Tomorrow, we're going to be having Pokemon Shining Pearl. What exactly we're going to be doing tomorrow, that's just going to have to be something you'll find out soon. Wednesday, we'll do some Legend of Zelda Oot. Thursday, we'll have a community game night. And wrapping things up on Friday, we'll just have a simple just chatting moment just to wrap up the year. And of course, then Saturday and Sundays, no streams. So that's pretty much going to be the schedule for me for this week in particular. And hope you guys are looking forward to that. But I'm not sure about what the others are going to be doing. So I will now pass it on to Tyrone. And then after that, TSS. And we'll go from
All
there.
right. Tomorrow we're doing Diamond and Pearl, right?
Yes.
All
Are
right,
we going to be
Diamond
doing
and
the thingy mabob then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm referring to, right?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, actually, how did that shiny hunt go for you?
It's terrible. Now,
Are you still going to continue it tomorrow?
no. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Come on, commit. You got to
Yeah,
commit.
I'm just gonna catch Azelf and move on with my
Nah,
life.
you got to commit, buddy. You already went into it. There's no point in holding back, buddy.
Okay, well, because you got a thing that's going on tomorrow. We're both finally at post game.
Yeah, and I was thinking about doing that. So if you want to, well, let's get that
Oh
set
yeah,
up for tomorrow.
we'll do that. That seems more interesting.
Which
Actually,
means I'll have to
we-
say farewell to Regice then, because I ain't got his shiny ass.
Damn. But
How many
yeah.
you're at? What number you're at, Sergi?
700 it was the last time we left it off at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Wednesday, instead of doing 06, I'm gonna, since I missed out on a Persona 5 Royal, I am going to go ahead and do Persona 5 Royal on Wednesday for that one to make up for the fact that I didn't do it on Sunday because of it was after Christmas. And then on Thursday, what are we doing on Thursday?
I'm just having a community game night, so I'm just gonna play with the community. If you want to join for
okay.
that, though, you can. We just haven't decided what game we're gonna play, though.
Thursday will be a mystery day, and by that I mean I don't know what I'm gonna do until I actually wind up doing it.
Well,
And
I mean,
then,
if it's multiplayer related, let me know then, and we can
Yeah.
involve the community in that. I
Now-
was thinking Mario Kart, but we'll see.
Now Saturday, I normally do the Poke Round Table. I didn't on last Saturday because that was Christmas. New Year's Day doesn't seem like it's that like.
Important.
I could probably. It's that, well, yeah, because usually people celebrate the Eve. Like that's the
Oh.
one holiday where
Yeah.
the Eve is more important than the day itself.
Yeah, because,
Because, yeah.
we jump back into reality.
Yeah, where the realization is that it's now New Year's, whereas most people anticipate the New Year's by doing the party before the year is.
No,
Oh.
I think New Year's Day though is just like
Yeah, it's the lackluster after,
Everybody's hung over anyway.
Yeah, everybody's done. So yeah, I will do a Poke Roundtable discussion on New Year's, probably, and then on Sunday it'll be back to Royal content again. So yeah, that's my plans at least. That's what I'm planning on doing.
All right, so Friday night we're gonna have Persona 3 Fest Undub Part 27. We're gonna go and we're gonna fight the final of the 12 boss shadows. Since we got the top of Block 4 on Tataris. So immediately starting off the part, we're gonna go straight to the last main boss, and then we're gonna go continue from that. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday, we're going to continue with Akiba's Trip on Dead and Undressed, and that's at 4 p.m. Eastern
Alrighty.
on my channel.
Anything else outside of that?
That's a good question. At this point, no. At this point, no. I'm just gonna basically be doing those two, and there's no other streams as far as I know. So yeah, Friday at 9 p.m. for Persona 3 Fest, and 4 p.m. Saturday for Kiba's Trip on Dead and Undressed.
Alrighty. So, hey, friend who hasn't said hello yet, would you like to talk about what you're doing this week?
Hello and goodbye, I guess.
Okay.
Wednesday, Horizon Zero Dawn. Expect random streams throughout the week because I'm off this week, so I'm literally doing nothing.
Oh, also this week too?
Yeah, I don't go back to work until next Monday. So Horizon Zero Dawn streams probably sprinkle throughout the week. We beat Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday, so more than likely we'll do. I'm probably gonna put up a poll probably tonight for a game, but I think I already have what I want to do in mind for Saturday to replace it while I'm waiting for TSS to kind of get through his game. That way I can start KH2. That's really what this is, a stopgap game until KH2 kicks in. And then, yeah, kind of just look out through the week of seeing me randomly pop up online streaming.
Alrighty, sweet. So there you go, chat. That's pretty much all we got planned for this week. We hope you guys are looking forward to the final streams that are going to be happening. Yeah, not much more can be said other than if you guys aren't going to come back and going to be tuning in for the PokePod, remember that next week we will not be having a PokePod World Podcast session. We won't be returning back until I believe the 10th.
The 10th?
Yes.
The 10th.
Yeah, so on the 3rd, we won't be having a PokePod. We'll be having a nice opportunity for everybody to take a bit of a break from the pod. So, nice little weekly gap. And I hope you guys take this opportunity to just relax, be with your family, your friends, celebrate the New Year's that is coming by. And let's hope to dear God that 2022 is going to just be a good progression for all of us. And yeah, that's all I can really say on that part. No idea where the future is going to go, but hey, we'll see how things play out, right? I mean, we've done it this year. Who's to say we can't do it again next, right? So yes, let's meet again, ladies and gents, in the distant future. I'm going to be taking this opportunity to fiddle around with the stream layouts for the new year as well. And I hope you guys are going to be looking forward to it when it reveals itself on the first session of the PokePod in 2022. Until then, everybody, we're going to call it a night. Everything is a wrap and ready to go. I can't tell who to stream right now. Who should we stream right now? Let's
raid. You mean raid?
Yeah, who should we raid stream? who should we raid right now, chat? So,
well, Kay is still doing the shiny run.
I guess we could go give her some love then. There we go. Oh yeah, the prediction result is no. Yeah, you're right. you're absolutely right. So whoever was in the no side, you won. All right, so let's go share some love to our buddy Kay. We'll speak with you all later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody, and as always, do us a solid and make sure to have yourselves an awesome day. Bye, everybody.
Wash your fucking hands.
Indeed.
Wash your motherfucking hands.
Bye.